Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Buhler High School, Crusader Stadium, here in Buhler, Kansas, America, for Friday Night Football.
Of the Ad Astra Sports Network, the statewide leader in local sports coverage. Coming up, Aaron West and Chris Shank bring you coverage of Buhler Crusader football on 95.9 HKFM. Crusader football is streaming online at adastraradio.com and on the Ad Astra radio app. Tonight's kickoff is just 30 minutes away. The Buhler Crusaders play on 95.9 HKFM.
Allen Samuels Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram on the giant corner of 30th and Lorraine in Hutchinson, Kansas. We take pride in supporting our community and our student athletes. Hi, I'm the General Manager, Don Glassby. We want to wish our area teams a fun and memorable season. A great person once said, victory is in the quality of competition and not the final score. Visit online AllenSamuelsHutch.com and follow us on Facebook for weekly giveaways and special events. And as Mr. Samuels always says,
come by, let's be friends.
Crusader football on HKFM.
Well, a pleasant good evening, everybody, on this first November Friday of the 4A state playoffs, set for opening round action. The Buhler Crusaders at home as the 5 seed in the 4A West, and they get set to take on the Ark City Bulldogs here on HKFM tonight. Hi, and welcome inside the Midway Motors drive to the game. Aaron West alongside Chris Shank from our broadcast booth location this evening. And a lot of anticipation, crowd filing in, hoping for a great football meeting between these two tonight. Two previous meetings all time. And this is the third tonight. Ark City's won the first two, both in the playoffs, including here 2 years ago when their junior quarterback was a starter as a freshman. So a lot of history between these two in a short period of time, and expecting another big game tonight. Interesting matchup, even though Buhler being the higher seed.
Yeah, no doubt there aren't many teams, Aaron, if you look through the record books of Buhler High, that we are 0 against in multiple games, but Ark City happens to be one of those schools. Even though they're not too far away, just have been in a different division within the AVCTL, and school, like you said, kind of unique that all of our matchups have been playoff matchups.
Well, and you think Buhler was 5A for quite a while back in the 90s, and still very few meetings between these two, and they've both gone the way of Ark City. We're hoping to swing that the other way tonight. So.
Yeah, kind of unique how Winfield we're undefeated against, and Ark City we're 0 so hopefully tonight we can end one of those streaks against the Bulldogs tonight.
Buhler comes in at 6-2, 5-0 in Division 3 of the Ark Valley Chisholm Trail. They secured the league title with a 28-21 win last Friday over McPherson. Ran 67 offensive plays to just 37 for Mac and put up 373 yards of total offense. Kind of a different script than what Buhler has been winning with for the most part this year, just dominating the ground game. I think McPherson over the years has done as good a job as anybody of stopping our run. And Brendan Skripczyk stepped up when we needed him last week and hit some big throws and played one of his better games of the year.
Yeah, no doubt. It was a game that Buhler mixed it up offensively and really had a lot more consistency moving the football, whereas, McPherson, a unique thing, they only had 8 first downs last week, which is crazy. That stat just really jumps off the page at me.
Yeah, just 208 yards total offense for McPherson, only 44 rushing. And the 3 turnovers, that +3, winning that turnover battle. Buhler's now +11 on the year. That's been a very big stat for them.
Yeah, the turnovers were huge last week. Turning McPherson over on the first offensive play of the game when Mitchell McDaniel picked off their quarterback for just the second pick of the entire year. We'd go on to have another interception in that game and a fumble recovery. So, yeah, winning the turnover battle was really one of the keys to success for Buhler last week.
Well, if you went back and looked at the highlight of that pick by Mitchell, but that was Sports Center top 10 worthy.
Yeah.
That was fantastic.
Had to climb the ladder, kind of had to haul it in one-handed, and against a much bigger receiver. But, just a very aggressive physical play made right out the gate against the Pups.
We talk a lot about this Black Knight defense and how well they're playing. I think one really good tweak that coach has done on the offensive side is adding Jacob Miller to that tight end group. He had 2 catches, 85 yards, and a touchdown last week, and he's been a really sure-handed ball catcher for Brendan. Big for his, obviously, at a receiver position, but very athletic for his size.
Yeah, and anytime you can utilize tight ends that have some size, they can run some of those underneath routes that maybe if you have a quicker, smaller receiver that they might get lit up, whereas a tight end's got a big enough body that they're not going to get tossed around as well. And I still, that run that Jacob had on the one catch that he scored on, what a great effort play made as he nearly lost his balance, but showed some great strength and skill, keeping his feet and finishing it with the touchdown run.
Fantastic win over McPherson to improve to 6-2 on the year. The playoffs, of course, begin here tonight. Buhler 1-1 a year ago in the postseason. They are now 36-25 all time of the playoffs and 16-10 in this opening round. A couple of injury notes for you. Our injury report to the season brought to you by Pyle Law. If you've been injured at work or in a motor vehicle accident, call Pyle Law at 241-9000. Tom works to get you the benefits you deserve. Mitchell McDaniel went out in last Friday's game with a hip pointer. He is suited up tonight. Obviously, they'd like to have him available, I think, especially at defensive back against a team that's going to want to throw a ton. But he's really stepped in and done a nice job running the ball, too. So, really, ideally, you'd like to get up big. And a guy like Mitchell who's dealing with him some stuff, get him out of the game early if you can.
No doubt. And Mitchell, you think about, he came off the bench in the Winfield game, did a fantastic job running the football. He's been that physical corner that Buhler needs. He's not afraid to mix it up and just really, play press man out on the edge. And so what he lacks in height, he really makes up with in his speed and his physicality. And that
hip pointer, basically a bruise, right, is one of those it's one of those unseen injuries that, somebody might look at you and think, well, what's wrong with him? But, man, I know he tried to go Friday night after that injury and just the pain too much.
Yeah, and it's one of those things that if you are a fast player and you're slowed down by an injury, it's something that's really difficult to play through where you're used to being able to move at a certain speed. And with injury slowing you down, it's very mentally taxing for a tough athlete.
The other big injury news we saw, Logan Turner at quick tackle come out of the game early. Broken finger. Got that all casted up. He will not play tonight. And so good news is Will Hanen's stepped in and done a nice job in his absence.
Yeah, Will Hanen's a kid that, he's been a force to be reckoned with on the defensive side for a long time. Hasn't played as much offense, but he's a well-conditioned athlete and somebody that's, willing to step up and fill in the gap where they need to be on offense. And, has done a great job filling in for Logan Turner.
When you think about a kid like Will, there are a few of those guys that play every snap of the game, offense, defense, and special teams. And, well, that's pretty impressive.
No doubt. He's been a fun kid to watch. And you think about all the turnovers he was involved with last week. And hopefully he can have one of those nights again tonight.
Well, Buhler, a team that wants to run the ball over 7 yards a carry when this offense gets going against a team at Ark City that really wants to chuck it down the field. Their junior quarterback has thrown for over 1,700 yards. Can Buhler continue to get pressure tonight? And can that secondary continue to cause turnovers? We'll tell you more about that in our game plan coming up tonight. It's the opening round of the 4A West playoffs, Buhler in Ark City. More of our Midway Motors drive to the game coming up after this on HKFM.
More of the Midway Motors Drive to the Game coming up. Midway Motors in McPherson, Newton, Hutchinson, and Hillsboro. Next, we'll relive this day in Crusader history. The Buhler Crusaders play on 95.9 HKFM.
Have a smile you want. Come and see us today. Dr. J. Stuckey, Hutchinson Family Dental.
Hi, I'm Dr. J. Come see me today at Hutchinson Family Dental.
Are you building a house?
A swimming pool?
Are your lights flickering?
Call Schmidt Electric.
That's Schmidt Electric, 620-960-6755. Schmidt Electric will take care of all your electrical needs.
Got spark?
Have you been thinking about remodeling your home? Head to the showroom at Stang Plumbing and Design on Main Street in Hutchinson, where they continue to take the time to build the relationships and trust with their customers as they've done for over 59 years. At Stang Plumbing and Design, they truly get to know their customers' needs and wants and will provide continual attention to detail and communication throughout the project from start to finish. Stang Plumbing and Design, for us, it's not just a remodel, it's a relationship.
Your public tax dollars belong in public schools. Hi, I'm Lynette Krieger-Zook, and I'm running for House District 104 to be a voice for our students in Topeka and to make sure our public schools are fully funded.
Paid for by Lynette for Kansas, Samantha Neal, Treasurer.
The year was 1933. FDR took office, the first Major League Baseball All-Star Game was played, and King Kong was the hit movie. Hi, this is Brad Patton, and also in 1933, our agency, Wade Patton Insurance, was founded by my great-grandpa, you guessed it, Wade Patton. A lot of things have changed in the past 90 years. One constant, though, has been my family's helping to protect the people and businesses of Hutchinson and around Kansas. Stop by and see us today at 6th and Main or check out WadePattonInsurance.com. Independent since 33, Wade Patton Insurance.
Crusader football on HKFM.
Well, our coverage of Crusader football this season brought to you in part by Daylight Donuts, by Johnson Sheet Metal, Newfound's Flooring, by Inman Funeral Home, and by Adadep Insurance. Our This Day in Crusader history will take you back to November the 1st of 1974 in a 42-10 win to end the regular season against the Fairfield Falcons. Quarterback Dave Arbuckle threw for 3 touchdowns in the win, and that Buhler team finished 9-1 and won the Mid-Kansas League title under head coach Larry Prather. Buhler is 10-6 all-time on November the 1st. We mentioned 16-10 in this opening round of the playoffs, 0-2. Both meetings with Ark City coming in this opening round, including the loss in 2022, the other back in 1988. And boy, you get out of this round, I kind of like how things lay out for the Crusaders with the way the teams stack up. You look at the bottom side of the West bracket, you've got Capon, you've got Andover Central, you've got Wellington and Winfield all shoved in the same side of the bracket. Not to say there aren't some teams like a Wamego or a McPherson or a Mulvane that aren't going to be dangerous, but I really like those other teams kind of being shoved out of the bottom side of the bracket.
Well, a very unique thing that really helps Buhler is, with the exception of tonight, everybody that will play for the remainder of the playoffs are people that we've played so far this season. And that saves you so much time in preparation, being able to already have played against them. You have film. You know how they react to certain situations. And so, yeah, the other side is full of all the people that we don't or didn't play this year. And it really, if the Crusaders can just take it one game at a time, there's a really good shot that they could make it all the way to Emporia.
Tonight's game plan brought to you by Erickson Custom Building for new construction and remodeling. Online at EricksonCustomBLDG.com. Ark City comes in at 2-6, 2-4 in Division II of the AVCTL. And this is a team that has been on hard luck times for quite a while. They were 1-8 a year ago. Last winning season was 2012 when they finished 6-4. They've had 12 consecutive losing seasons and just 2 winning seasons in the last 21 years. So it has been tough sledding. All of that, but sandwiched in the middle of that, Christopher, they made a run in 2020. They won just 2 games in the regular season and then made a run all the way to the state title game where they eventually lost to St. James. And so some of it could be because they play up and mostly 5 and 6A teams, a tougher schedule, but certainly not a 2-win team that you want to look past.
No, I mean, this is going to be, I know there's the old saying about, oh, this is the best 2-6 team you've ever seen, or this truly is going to be probably a better 2-6 team than the average Bear. And the fact that they have that history not that long ago of being in the exact same scenario and making it all the way to the title game, I guarantee you their coaching staff has been talking to their kids about that all week long.
They throw 70% of the time. They may throw it more tonight with quarterback Jordy Pierce. He's a 3-year starter as a junior, a good scrambler's thrown for over 1,700 yards. He has 4 receivers over 200 yards and 3 over 400. And so, Well, you got to figure with the way our front seven stops the run, the spotlight is going to be squarely on our defensive backs, our secondary tonight, and the job they can do against these receivers.
Yeah, I mean, they obviously, I mean, their quarterback, he's third in 4A in passing yards, so he's a kid that can sling it. He knows how to do it, and so, yeah, it's going to be really a test of the secondary dealing with a team that is very, very good at throwing and is pretty much just going to come in, no bones about it, just come out and try to throw it and not really even try to run it at you much at all.
Another thing that intrigues me, coaches call him a good scrambler, so are we able to get that pressure on him? And I think pressure without blitzing a lot would be really helpful tonight if our front four guys could create quite a bit of havoc on their own.
Yeah, because if you got a guy that can scramble, if you blitz, if he gets away from the blitz, you could have some problems because they're going to have a lot of multiple receiver sets. They're not going to have many two-receiver routes. It's going to be something that there's going to be 3 or 4 guys going downfield, so being able to contain him and not letting him out of jail, it's going to be really important this evening.
Linebackers don't want to go out in pass coverage.
I know. Well, that's the whole purpose of the spread, try to get him out, not let him play downhill, and make him force him into playing out there in the secondary.
3-4 defense for these Bulldogs, allowing almost 37 points a game. Just one team this year has scored less than 26 in a game against this Bulldog defense. We'll have more of our drive to the game coming up. We'll hear from Coach when we come back. The Midway Motors Drive to the Game. Back after this on HKFM.
More of the Midway Motors Drive to the Game coming up. Stay tuned for tonight's kickoff conditions. And Aaron West sits down for a pregame chat with head coach Steve Warner. Buhler Crusader football on 95.9 HKFM.
Hi, I'm Carly Sutton with First Bank Kansas, where we're committed to making your home a reality. Picture this, your dream home perfectly within reach. With our flexible and affordable home mortgage options, we're here to turn your dreams into possibilities. Whether you're a first-time home buyer or looking to refinance, First Bank Kansas is more than just a lender. We're your dedicated partners in building your future. Our personalized services ensure that your mortgage aligns with your unique needs. Don't delay. Let's make your dream home a reality at First Bank Kansas. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Hutch Rec is your community recreation provider. We're passionate in bringing healthy living opportunities through our youth and adult sports, wellness and fitness classes, and several of our community events and races. We're also your community spirit provider, offering endless recreational opportunities at Dillon Nature Center, Senior Center at Elmdale Park, the Sports Arena, plus Hutch Rec downtown. See all of the community spirit and healthy living opportunities Hutch Rec provides your community at hutchrec.com and on our Hutch Rec Facebook page.
Well, welcome back on our Midway Motors Drive to the Game. Time for pregame thoughts from head coach Steve Warner as we get ready for the opening round of the 4A West playoffs here tonight against the Ark City Bulldogs. Coach, one of my favorite things of the year is when the new roster comes out with all the freshmen on it, and they get to be a part of this experience tonight on the sideline with the rest of the team.
Well, I love it, too. We brought them out last week with McPherson, and they got the opportunity to be on the sideline and celebrate together. And it was really fun. After the celebration, I yelled at them, "Freshmen, you guys have fun?" Of course, they yelled, "Yeah." And I said, "You want to be coached by me for the next 3 years?" And they all yelled, "Yeah, yeah." And just the enthusiasm in the locker room. But to me, that pays dividends because they're a part of it, and they're right there on the sideline in the heat of the moment. And it's nice to have more kids on the sideline too. Just, I don't know, it's a security blanket, but they'll be with us the rest of the year. They'll travel with us, and moms have to do more work because that's about 23 more kids that they've got to prepare food for. And our moms do an amazing job on that with our pregame meal that we have. And then on the road, we get sandwiches, so they have to, spend more money. And, but again, the Ginger Skripsik's in charge of that, does outstanding for us.
And for some of those young guys that are going to get some playing time, some of our sophomores, new experience for them. Playoff football will have a little bit of a different feel.
It does have a different feel, but it's a great experience for them. It's great for our future. We have a very good sophomore class, and several of them are getting to play. We have a few juniors getting to play now, so it helps for our future. And number one, most important thing for me is these seniors to finish on a high note, and we've got to take care of business with Ark City.
Get Ark City 2 years ago in 22, they came to our place. I'm sure our seniors remember that game and would like to reverse that. You're going to have to play well offensively. they've got a big, strong defense, and you're going to have to play well up front.
We have to play well up front, both sides of the ball, and our D-backs need to do a good job with them throwing the ball, 35 times a game. We've got to have good coverage, but that'll give us a good chance to get more interceptions. I know we're going to do everything we can to get pressure on the quarterback, and our offense, it's up to our offensive line. They're going to stack the box, but there's still seams in that we like to attack, and it's where we like to attack that it's open. So sustain our blocks, keep the penalties away, keep those turnovers away, and good things will happen to us.
We saw a little bit of that last week with McPherson bringing some extra guys to stop that run, and you were able to find some success in that short passing game.
Well, the passing game really, it was the best that Brendan's played this year, and I think he's just improved every week. He's seeing the field. He's making good decisions, not throwing into coverages when he needs to take care of the football, taking a sack, and that he's improved a lot, and our receivers do a nice job. They run good routes, and they're getting open, so we just got to be able to do both. We want to be able to run the football, but we also have our play action.
They bringing Jacob Miller in at Summit tight end, that's been good for Brendan too.
It really has. He's been a good target. He's a great athlete that runs very well for a 230-pound player, and he's learning the blocking schemes and doing a lot better job with blocking. Footwork is so important, and that's something that the kids work on so much. And he's been a tight end for 3 weeks, so he's just now trying to figure some things out.
Takes a lot of repetition in practice, I'm sure, and just a muscle memory.
It is, and then you get in the heat of the battle, and they change, and they line up in a 7-tech, or they line up in a 9, or they line up in a 6, or then all of a sudden they don't line up with anybody there, and you've got to remember all the rules and all the things that we have going on, and it's on every single play that we have. And I know a lot of our plays look the same, but they're not. We like to run up the middle for the most part, but we have several ways to block it, and that's why it's all different styles of play. So he has to know his assignment on each one of those. And again, every time a person changes a half a man, a quarter of a man, it changes our blocking schemes.
Interesting. You really can't get caught up in looking at, we're the higher seed, the team that's 2 and 6. We should be able to beat these guys easy. Kind of can't get caught up in some of those things. They play up in a division with some bigger schools, and so they've had a tough schedule, and always worry about those teams that, hey, we're 2 and 6. The pressure's not on them in this situation. So
well, it definitely is. The kids are aware of it, and they know that we have to be ready to go. There's no tomorrow. The seniors know that they have to win this football game or their season is over, and I think they're going to give us everything they have.
Well, even in the 2 losses, this team has been in there all year and faced all the adversity that's been thrown at them. You've battled through some injuries and played a really tough schedule, and I think they've earned the spot they're in, and so no reason to think they won't go out and take care of business.
I agree. The defense will be flying around, and offense will be playing smash mouth football like we like to, and I like our chances. I love the way our kids are playing, and I love the heart that they have, and just have given a lot to this program.
All right, Coach. Well, we appreciate your time. Best of luck tonight. We'll talk to you after the game.
Thank you.
That's head coach Steve Warner, and we're back with more right after this.
Coming up, the Midway Motors Drive to the Game continues after this. Stream Crusader football on your phone or tablet with the Ad Astra radio app. Your home for the Buhler Crusaders is 95.9 HKFM.
1947. It was the year the McKenzie Paint and Body Shop opened for business. That's over 70 years they've been serving the Mid-Kansas area with quality workmanship, excellent refinishing, paint, and restoration. McKenzie Paint and Body Shop specializes in foreign and domestic vehicles. Insurance claims are welcome, and 24-hour towing and recovery service is available. At McKenzie Paint and Body Shop, they take the dents out of accidents. Just over the bridge at 45 Kansas Avenue in South Hutchinson.
Crusader football on HKFM.
And back here on the Midway Motors Drive to the Game, coverage of Crusader football brought to you by Bank of the Plains, by Stamatic of Central Kansas, Siding Cleaners, by the Redinger Agency, and by Holly's Sweet Treats. Just about 7 minutes away from tonight's kickoff. The sun is already behind the trees on the west side of the stadium. Christopher, this might be the nicest night of the year for football so far.
Yeah, absolutely beautiful outside right now. It's 59 degrees here in Buhler. The wind is negligible. It's south-southeast at 6 miles an hour. The temperatures tonight should dip to around maybe 52 degrees by the conclusion of this game. So wind is not going to be a factor. Rain is not going to be a factor. And really temperature, getting to play ball in the 50s, it's pretty nice football weather.
Mentioned Buhler won the league at 5-0. They take the Ark Valley Chisholm Trail Division III title, and that is their 10th league title under head coach Steve Warner and the 22nd in school history. They come in ranked 6th this week in 4A, behind Andover Central, Lewisburg, Cape and Mount Carmel, Wamego, and Wellington. Elsewhere in the league tonight, Abilene at McPherson, Augusta at Mulvane, El Dorado at Andover Central, Circle at Winfield, Ulysses at Wellington, and Rose Hill at Cape. And I don't know that I really see any upsets in that grouping. There is one that we'll be watching in the 4A East tonight. Second seed Lewisburg at 7-1 gets to host the 7 seed, I believe 1-7 Miege Stags. And for a great 7-1 season, Lewisburg's got to be like, oh, gee, thanks.
They get to host Miege. And not to overbuild Miege, but I tell you what, I really truly feel like if Miege goes to Lewisburg and takes out Lewisburg, Lewisburg's the best team in the East. I know Atchison is ranked above them, but I think Lewisburg has played a tougher slate than Atchison. Atchison typically is kind of a paper tiger. And so I think if Bishop Miege wins tonight, they're going to go all the way to Emporia.
All right, Buhler and Ark City coming up. The opening coin toss will get Chris's keys and get you set for Crusader football. When we come back, this is the Midway Motors Drive to the Game on HKFM.
You're on the Midway Motors Drive to the Game. Midway Motors, for every mile of life. Coming up, Chris gives you his 3 keys to victory. Your home for the Buhler Crusaders is 95.9 HKFM.
Bank of the Plains, founded in 1906, has kept its tradition of serving fellow Kansans with integrity and innovation. Today, the bank continues to uphold these same values as they did 117 years ago. We'd like to visit with you in person, so please come by 517 East 30th in Hutch to learn more. Making your success simple, Bank of the Plains, an equal housing lender and member FDIC.
Crusader football on HKFM.
And back here from Crusader Stadium, we're without our sideline compadre tonight, so he'd had just enough of us. He couldn't take any more.
On strike, I heard.
And our co-captains at midfield as they do the opening coin toss on the Big B here at Crusader Stadium.
Ark City has won the toss. Defer their choice to the Buhler will.
And you can hear the white hat in midfield. Ark City has won the toss. They will defer to the second half. And almost like the Crusaders getting the ball first tonight, let's get out there and establish some dominance early. Chris, some keys to the game.
All right, I think number 3 tonight, the defensive backs not getting beat. Ark City is going to just come out and sling it all over the yard. They can give up some yards, but try to give up the scores tonight. So the DBs have a big task ahead of them. Number 2, I think it's going to be wearing out their giant O-line. Their O-line weighs in at 270, 250, 220, 225, and 250 for an average weight of 245 pounds. Comparing that to our quicker, smaller D-line, that's 185, 155, 148, 155, averaging a couple pounds shy of 160 pounds. So using our speed versus their size up front on that O-line, D-line battle, that's going to be big. And then bottom line, this time of the year, the teams that keep advancing are the ones that enjoy each other and want to keep playing. So for seniors on one side of this football field, this will be their final high school football game. We'll hope it's the boys in black that get to punch their ticket to go on next week, because it's win or go home tonight.
And our Dix Phillips 66 ones to watch tonight. Every journey begins with a stop at Dix Phillips 66, 4th and Stevens in Hutch. You mentioned that defensive line group for the Crusaders that have been so good all year. And if they can wreak some havoc up front against those big guys and give Jordy Pierce a lot to worry about by the end of the night, I like our chances.
No doubt.
Ark City set to kick off from the 40-yard line. This is Christian Cabrera, and he angles it inside the 5 on the Buhler sideline, and it rolls out of bounds in the back of the end zone. The Crusaders will start with it 1st and 10 from their own 20. This offense averaging 35.5 points a game. Brendan Skripczyk is the senior quarterback, completing 52% of his passes for just over 700 yards. Had a career high last week, over 200. See Mitchell McDaniel talk a lot about Dylan Skripczyk, Max Harmony, Nick Gazaway in the backfield. Paisano, Carson, Pratt, and Miller, the receivers. So Buhler with the ball to start, 1st and 10 from their own 20. And they'll go right to the ground game, running to the left side, across the 25, and up to about the 28-yard line. And boy, that's what we want to see all night, is that 4+ yards and a cloud of dust, Christopher. Good start by Mitchell McDaniel.
Yeah, great job. It was a sweep to the near side, and it kind of closed off to the outside. He had great vision, saw the little seam to the inside, cut up field, and gained 9 yards on that first down carry. Beautiful thing to see.
Those are the football touching the near side hash mark of the 29. Buhler going right to left. They go with 2 wings. Extra blocking up front on the 2nd down, low snap. They're going to pitch it to the wing on the far side. That is the tight end, Jacob Miller. Got tripped up, but got enough falling forward for the 1st down. That play almost didn't work with that low snap, but Brendan able to dig it out, and Jacob runs it for a 1st down.
And I tell you what, Ark City really loading the box. They have 4 down linemen. I'm talking about down in 3-point stance, 2 defensive end and 2 linebackers, so they are selling out to try to stop the run.
Football across the 30 to the 32. It'll be 1st and 10. Out of the I formation, they'll put Paisano, the receiver. They fake the sweep. They hand it off to the fullback. Big run up the middle, 1 man to beat. And Nick Gazaway was a linebacker away from taking it to the house. Tackled up at the 44, make it 46-yard line. It's another First National Bank 1st down. And the Crusaders nearing midfield.
Yeah, the Crusaders gave the jet sweep action and try to get the D linemen and linebackers looking to the right. And they gave to Gazaway on the inside slash. Good hard run there by Gazaway on 1st down.
Gain of 14. It'll be 1st and 10. Out of the I. Brendan with the option is going to pitch it far side. Mitchell, and upended at the line of scrimmage for no gain. Up front for the Crusaders, the tackles, Bodie Redenbaugh and Will Hanen, John Aldridge, Nixon Stanley, the guards, Tanner Brown, the senior center. We mentioned Logan Turner with a broken finger. Quick tackle, number 52, not in there tonight.
Yeah, that time was the safety, Paul Lyman, coming up and making the stop after a 1-yard pickup. That was the least successful play the Crusaders have had so far this evening.
So 2nd down and 9, far side hash mark. Again, Buhler right to left here in this 1st quarter. Out of the I formation, receivers either side. Ark City stacking the box. They fake it to the fullback. Here's McDaniel with a little juke move. Spins around a guy, gets across the 50, gets some tough yards. That little stutter step at the beginning of the run really threw the defender off, and that got Mitchell into Ark City territory and up to the 48-yard line.
And right at the end of the play, the safety, Paul Lyman, came up to try to make a stop, and McDaniel just put a shoulder into him and knocked him onto the deck. Good finish to the run there by Mitchell McDaniel.
Into Ark City territory at the 48. It's going to be 3rd and 4. No score, 9-11 here to play in our opening quarter. They go with a 2 tight end look on 3rd down, and McDaniel running, gets to the outside of the Ark City sideline. 1st down and more. A flag comes out at the end of the play by the white hat in the backfield. And boy, typically from that vantage point, it means it's coming back. But a 1st down deep into Ark City territory near the 35. Looks like that will not stand.
Yeah, very nice run there by McDaniel. He's very patient as he waited for the hole to develop and then bounced to the outside. So tough holding penalty as Buhler went from having a 1st and 10 to now 3rd and long. Tough break for Buhler.
It's going to be about a 3rd and 9 coming up here for the Crusaders.
We have not attempted a pass tonight. This might be the scenario to try to throw.
Football on the far side hash mark of the 46-yard line where this set of downs started. Out of the I, they want to throw right at the stick, far side. It is caught, and it's a 1st down along the Ark City sideline. Brendan's first throw of the night is complete. for about 11 yards to Cash Carson.
Great catch by Carson. The ball was behind the stick a little bit. First, when Carson caught it, I thought, man, he's going to get drug out of bounds before he can cross the line to gain. But Cash with a nice move along the Ark City sideline to get the first down.
He's in a great spot, too. Great job of getting some extra yards against that sideline all the way up to the 41. First and 10, Buhler. They convert on a 3rd and long. Just over 40% third down conversion this year. Nothing right there at the line of scrimmage. Mitchell McDaniel met immediately and dropped for a loss of a yard back to the 42.
Yeah, that time Brian Wilson, the outside linebacker here on the near side, was unblocked and was able to hit McDaniel virtually right after he got the handoff for the 1-yard loss.
Clock running, 8:07 to play here in the opening period in a 0-0 game. First drive of the game that started at Buhler's own 20-yard line. They've got second down at the Ark City 42. This is 2nd and 11. 2 receivers offset to the left side. They'll stay on the ground. Nice blocking. McDaniel has a hole at the 30. 25, one man to beat. And drug down from behind. Elsewise, that might have been a touchdown. But inside the 30, make it all the way up to the 24. It's the First National Bank first down.
Yeah, Spencer Mosier, one of the outside linebackers, making the touchdown-saving tackle that time, as there was just a huge chasm for McDaniel to run to the left. Great job blocking downfield by multiple Crusaders to help spring McDaniel for the big run.
18-yard gain, 1st and 10 from the AC 24. 2 receivers stacked to the right side. They'll pitch it to McDaniel running to the right, and another flag out, another hold, it would appear, on the Crusaders. McDaniel got about 7 yards on that right side run, but already 1 penalty on this drive, and now it looks like a second.
So wait for the official signal, taking some time to signal it in.
Holding, offense, 10 yards from the previous spot, still first down.
Always interesting. I don't feel like we've seen an excessive amount of holding penalties this year, but you get a different crew that maybe they call things a little bit differently, and so as an offense now you've got to adjust.
Yeah, every officiating crew has kind of points of emphasis that they really watch for, and this crew looking for those holds. But at least the hold was on first down, so Buhler has multiple downs to try to regain.
I'll put Brendan out of the spread from the 34 on 2nd and 1st and long. Throws near side, low throws, scooped out, they say no catch. Right here on the Buhler sideline by Quentin Pisano. That'll be 2nd down and long. Pisano, one of those senior receivers, along with Cash Carson. He's got 11 catches on the year. That is tied for most on the team with Mitchell McDaniel. 2nd and about 20 coming up here.
Yeah, that ball just a little bit underthrown. Looked like Pisano had a clear catch, but officials said he must have trapped it.
So they'll go to the eye with 2 receivers to the right side on 2nd down and long. If they can get enough here, they might be in 4-down territory. And they're going to go to the ground. Here's Mitchell running right between the tackles and gets about 8. Gets across the 30.
Crusader ball carrier number 4, Mitchell McDaniel.
And up to the 28-yard line again. I see no reason this far down the field why you wouldn't go for it on 4th down if you don't convert here.
Yeah, Buhler probably, like you said, in 4-down territory. As last week we had the 2 field goal tries that were no good.
Ends up being a gain of 6. Clock running at 6:23 to play. No score in the first. Brendan goes out of the gun with Mitchell to his left. 3 receivers to the left. Single receiver is to the far side. Brendan steps up in the pocket, now scrambles. Good coverage downfield by Ark City. And his run will get him across the 30. Actually, they're going to mark him down right at the 30. So ends up being a gain of 2 on the quarterback scramble to the right and 4th down and long.
That time Ark City brought the pressure, so Skripczyk rolled to his right, but nothing over there as Braden Pinion dropped him after the slight gain. So Buhler looking like they're going to be going for it here. They've got to get down inside the 15-yard line for the first down.
Brendan's only been sacked 9 times this year and gets a couple of yards to elude a sack there. It's 4th down and 15. 2 receivers left, 1 right. McDaniel stays in the backfield, out of the gun. Brendan wants to throw. He's got Pisano with a beautiful catch. Does he hold on? No! Pisano lost it as he went to the ground. Elsewise, it's a 1st and goal. He went up in the air, brought it down over the defender, but couldn't hold on. It'll be a turnover on downs.
Nice play made there by safety Jake Abrams. He was there, took away inside leverage from Pisano, and Pisano just not quite able to hold on to it. And so Buhler will turn over on downs. Their first possession ends as an empty one.
Ark City will have it from their own 30. Junior quarterback Jordy Pierce came here as a freshman and won 2 years ago, a 3-year starter, over 1,700 yards. They'll stack 3 receivers to the right side, try to run on 1st down, and that was a bad idea.
I think there was a bad snap that time. Pierce was having trouble handling the football, so it dropped on the deck.
Pierce has 3 receivers over 400 yards, 4 over 200. Junior tailback Daxton Weekly is more of a receiver than he is a running back, just 271 yards rushing on the year. But he's caught the ball 51 times, most on the team, for 467 yards. They pass the ball about 70% of the time. Loss of 2 back to the 28. It'll be 2nd down and 12 as they put a receiver in motion. 3 right, 2 left, empty backfield set. And there's the throw, far side, caught and driven out of bounds, shy of the 35. They'll mark it down at the 34-yard line. And Ark City's facing a 3rd down and 6.
I think you're going to see a lot of that of Ark City tonight. Kind of almost a West Coast feeling to the offense where they have those short routes to just kind of get the ball out to substitute for the lack of running game.
They really like to get the ball, as you mentioned, short passes in space and let their receivers work. A lot of screens, a lot of swing pass type plays out of this offense. 3rd down and 6 out of the gun. To his right is Pierce, throws, hits the receiver on the hands, but he can't hold on. It's good coverage on the Buhler sideline by Quentin Pisano. It would have been a 1st down, but Jake Abrams had the ball knocked away, and it's 4th down.
Well, Pisano got some revenge as Abrams was the secondary member who knocked the ball away on Pisano's near catch on the last series.
Great play there. They score that as a PBU on the defensive stats by Quentin Pisano. That is his 5th of the year. And now Christian Cabrera, who averages 27 yards a punt. This is a fake punt. No, it is going to be a punt. I thought for a second there Cabrera was going to try to throw that. Kicks it to Junior Gentry at the 30. Cabrera came sprinting to the Buhler sideline, and for a second I'm like, fake, fake, fake.
Yeah, they were doing the kind of the rugby style kick, but I thought the same thing when Cabrera caught it. He just rolled hard to his right, really kind of played with fire there as he had a lot of Crusaders in his face, was able to get the punt away. But Jeremy Gentry Jr. doing what he has done all season long, fielding those punts cleanly and getting a decent return.
Buhler will start their 2nd drive on offense from their own 40, 1st and 10. 2 tight ends, 2 receivers to the right side. Actually, just 1 tight end on this play. They'll line up in the eye on 1st and 10. This is Mitchell McDaniel bouncing off his outside tackle. Has a 1st down across the 50 and a nice run by the senior. Good to see him back out there after that hit pointer last week. Picks up about 12 yards to a First National Bank 1st down.
Yeah, Buhler doing a good job getting the running backs the 2nd level untouched. Ark City has not been fantastic at tackling tonight. Hopefully they'll continue to really struggle on the tackling. But good run there by McDaniel.
Already down to 3:51 to go in this opening quarter, and still no score.
It's going to be kind of a unique night where our possessions are going to take forever, and Ark City's hopefully will be very quick.
Out of the I formation, they do go with 2 tight ends here, and here's a straight-ahead run. This is McDaniel, and fights for an extra yard up to the 41-yard line where he's brought down by this Bulldog defense. Ark City, white pants, white tops tonight with a purple and gold trim, white helmets, black pants, black tops, maroon numerals trimmed in white with the black helmets for the Crusaders. And just like tonight's team, Site Nita Cleaners can help you look like a winner. It's where to take your clothes. 2nd down and 3 for the Crusaders out of the eye. This is McDaniel again. He's got another 1st down. He takes a defender with him to the stick. Looks like right down at the stick. That should move the chains.
Yeah, he got it by about a half yard there. So Buhler doing a good job staying on schedule. Really the thing that's shortchanged Buhler on the last possession was those penalties. So hopefully the Crusaders can continue running the football and avoid the holding penalties. 2
holding penalties on that opening drive. They almost overcame that. Pisano almost made a great catch inside the 5, but couldn't hold on 4th down. 1st and 10 here, and Brendan is going to keep it. He faked it to the right side to his tailback, runs around to the left side, and that only nets him a hard yard, and then he got whacked at the end of that play. 2nd down and 9.
Yeah, the Crusaders tried to run the quarterback counter that time, but Ark City, with all those defensive linemen that are down and big and not very quick at moving up the field, they were waiting for Brendan and slung him to the deck after the 1-yard pickup.
Well, they typically run a 3-4 defense, does Ark City, but they are loading guys up at the line of scrimmage here to try and stop this run. 2nd down and 9. And they'll pitch it to the left side. Here's Mitchell getting to the edge, gets across the 30. Let's see where he goes out of bounds. Pretty decent spot there, Christopher. And it is going to be very close to the stick, very close to another first down. The first down stick is at the 27. They say move the chains. Great job of tight-roping the sideline there for Mitchell.
Yeah, Buhler ran an option play, kind of a speed option look here to the near side. And a nice job by Skripsik delivering the ball to McDaniel really when he got to the edge. And McDaniel, nice finishing run.
From the left side hash mark of the 27, 1st and 10. Back to the ground, back to McDaniel, tripped up at the line of scrimmage. The defender who tripped him up was on the ground, just reached out as Mitchell went by and knocked him to the turf. And he lands at the 24, a gain of 3.
Yeah, it was the outside linebacker, Brian Wilson. That time he was blocked. He was on the ground. But like you said, kind of bear trap tackled him, got a piece of his foot, and was able to upend him after the 4-yard pickup.
1:25 to go in this opening quarter. 2nd down and 7. Back to the ground, back to Mitchell. And good room to run up the middle, across the 20 and to the 19. Boy, those good hard running yards inside. There's nothing fancy about that. It's just smash mouth football, and our line beats your line.
Yep, and it's something that really starts wearing a defense down when somebody's just running right into your teeth and continually picking up yards. Let's hope the Crusaders can keep this drive sustained.
Gain to the 19. It'll be 3rd down and 2. They bring them in tight with 2 tight ends, and Mitchell's going to be tripped up at the line of scrimmage. That's a great job there by the defensive end, Darius Stanley. Check that. That was linebacker Brian Wilson, who beat everybody into the backfield. Tripped up Mitchell at the 20 for a loss of 1. And Buhler's facing another 4th down.
Yeah, Buhler with the crossbuck or counter action that time. Faked all the action going to the right and then gave it to McDaniel going to the left. And he mentioned the one defensive player from Ark City was able to just get in and get a piece of him. And so now a big 4th down. Don't be surprised. I think Buhler's going to run out the quarter here.
Buhler does not have to snap the ball again with 7 seconds to go in the quarter. They're 43% this year on converting 4th downs. 0 for 1 as they missed on a 4th and 15 on their first drive. No score after a quarter of play here in this opening round playoff game tonight from Crusader Stadium. Nothing from the Allen Samuels broadcast booth on HKFM.
I'm Adam.
And I'm Devin.
Together we are Stematic of Central Kansas.
With a new location at 209 North Main in downtown McPherson. We are here to help, offering water, fire, and smoke restoration, mold remediation, carpet and upholstery cleaning, as well as hard surfaces like tile and even grout cleaning. Don't forget about the places you can't see, like air ducts and dryer vents. Find us on Facebook or online at stematicofcentralks.com for a free estimate to see how Stematic of Central Kansas can help you.
Oh, and honey, don't forget.
Call Stematic, you'll be ecstatic.
You already know H&R Block does taxes, but you may not know you can get expert help in person or virtually, or that our tax pros average 10 years of experience, and your biggest possible refund is always guaranteed. H&R Block in Hutchinson, Ellsworth, and Lyons.
Need a fast, convenient way to recycle your job site scrap metal? Get competitive pricing and quick service with Scrap Management Industries. From removal to sale, get cash for aluminum, copper, brass, steel, and more with Scrap Management Industries.
95.9 HKFM.
Second big 4th down here in the first half. Buhler unable to convert the first time on 4th down. Let's see if they can make something happen here on 4th and 3. They're going to throw. Little swing pass to the near side. It's McDaniel inside the 5. Knocks down the pylon. Touchdown, Crusaders.
Great play call that time as they fake the fullback dive up the gut. McDaniel was releasing to the right on a swing pass. That's a play I don't think I've seen the Crusaders run this entire year, but it got the ball to McDaniel in space, and he made Ark City pay, getting the Crusaders on the board for the first time tonight.
For Mitchell McDaniel, that is his 3rd receiving touchdown of the season to go along with 2 rushing. And Buhler on a 4th down converts on the 2nd drive of the night. Mitchell McDaniel on the swing pass to the right side with 11:52 to go here in the opening half of play. The extra point off the right foot of Jared Miller is up and good. 11:52 to go in the second. Buhler on top first on their 2nd drive. They lead Ark City 7-0 from the Allen Samuels broadcast booth on HKFM.
Hi, I'm Melanie Block. First National Bank is here to help your business by offering a variety of services to manage and improve your cash flow. Our business banking team is a trusted partner in the community, here to provide solutions to the challenges your business faces so you can achieve all your business goals. From small to large businesses, we have the knowledge and power to help you succeed. First National Bank of Hutchinson, always first for you. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Hi, this is James with IdeaTech. We love bringing internet freedom to the residents and businesses of Buhler. IdeaTech is a proud supporter and the preferred internet provider of the Buhler Crusaders. As the Crusaders know, speed wins. We back up our lightning-fast internet with a customer-first philosophy. That means you will talk to a live person from our office in Buhler when you call in. If you're not already a customer, go to ideatech.com and click on Check Availability. Or you can call us at 620-543-5000 to inquire more about our services.
95.9 HKFM.
Coverage of Crusader football tonight from the Allen Samuels broadcast booth, brought to you by the Buhler Booster Club. Stop by the Crusader Closet and get your Buhler apparel to support our Booster Club. Brought to you by Wifco Steel Products, Prairie Bank of Kansas, by Ag 360 Insurance, and by IdeaTech. Buhler goes 8 plays and 60 yards. A 20-yard touchdown swing pass to Mitchell McDaniel on the right side. And the extra point good by Jared Miller. And Miller this year now 32 of 35. He'll kick it off from the 40 toward the north end zone with his team up 7-0. Angling it to the 10 to the far side of the field. And it'll roll out of bounds just before, wouldn't you know it, just before it got to the goal line.
It's too bad that Ark City kid didn't watch the K-State KU game and decided to try to field that ball down there. But
that ball almost hit the pylon.
Yeah, it was close. It was close. It went out of bounds inside the 3, maybe even closer down to the 1.
But if it hits the pylon, it might ricochet back in.
Well, but unfortunately, it hits the pylon. It's that counts as
yeah. But so that'll give Ark City 15 extra yards, and they'll start from their 35.
All right, that last possession from Ark City was so short. Let's see if the Crusaders can keep it to be a quick get in, get out defensive series here.
All right, they try to run the ball on first down. They had it for less than a minute on their first drive. It's a run play up the middle for Ark City. Again, Daxton Weekly is their tailback. Very talented group of receivers. They've had a very good year despite the record at 2-8. Gain of 2 to the 37. It'll be 2nd down and 8.
Cruz Hirschberger in on the stop. That was the first time that Ark City's tried to run the football this evening intentionally.
Bunch formation. They've got 4 receivers to the right side. Now they put a receiver in motion. So overloaded to the right side. They're going to toss it that way on the run. Ark City determined to try and run the football here as they pitch it to the right side. They had all 4 receivers bunched to the right side. And the carry by Weekly forward to the 39 for a gain of 2 more. It's 3rd down. I would be very shocked if they run the ball here.
No doubt. So let's see if the Crusaders can force another 3 and out, which that would really be big if Buhler can just really control this game defensively.
3rd down and 6. Nose of the football touching the right hash mark of the 39. The first down stick up at the 45. Motion out of the backfield. They go with 1 back in Weekly to the left of the quarterback. This is Pierce looking to throw on third down over the middle. He has his man caught. And that is Brian Wilson up to the 41-yard line. Nice throw, nice catch, and it moves the sticks into Buhler territory for Ark City.
Yeah, it's a nice catch over the middle and good tackle in space made there by Gotti. It's one of those things that's going to be – Ark City's going to catch some footballs tonight. The key thing is just not letting him score. And good job by Gotti dropping him right after he made the catch. Unfortunately, Ark City gets their first down of the night.
31st catch of the year for Wilson, who goes over 450 yards with that catch up to the Buhler 41-yard line. That ends up being a gain of 20. So 1st and 10, receiver goes in motion, and they fake the jet sweep. They want to throw it, one-on-one coverage. Wilson again, and incomplete. He had it in his hands, and Quentin Pisano said, knocked him to the turf, knocked the ball loose at the 20. It's going to be 2nd down.
And in the Battle of Sevens tonight, Pisano 5'10", 150 going against Brian Wilson, 6'2", 200 pounds. The only way you can beat size is with physicality. That's exactly what Pisano did there, timing his contact right as the ball was delivered.
Seen already in the short game, Ark City, a lot of motion to their offense. 10-15 to go here in the half. 7-0 Crusaders, 2nd and 10. 3 receivers left, stepping up in the pocket. Now Pierce is going to take off with it and has a good run. Buhler acting as if they thought the ball came loose at the end of the play, but officials call it dead at the 32 on the run by Pierce. He scrambles for 8, and it'll be 3rd down and short.
He's a big quarterback, 6'4", 205. Some of the Crusaders kind of were friendly fire at that point, trying to tackle Pierce, made some contact with each other, but Ark City with the best 3rd down situation they've had this evening.
Pierce now over 200 yards rushing on the air. 2 receivers left, 2 right. Pierce under center. They give it off to the tailback, and Weekly is driven backwards. It's 4th down again. A loss back to the 34. Great job by those Black Knights up front. A negative gain, and it's 4th down for Ark City.
And that
think they'll go for it?
Oh, they're going for it. They're going for it, no doubt. But what an attitude play there by the Black Knights as Ark City needed a yard, and they actually lose a yard. Let's see if we can get off the field right here.
Actually mark it at the 33. So it's 4th and 2. Bulldogs are going to go for it. Opposing teams 47% on 4th down this year against Buhler. Back to the gun for Jordy Pierce. Weekly to his left. 2 receivers right, 2 left. Now they'll put a receiver in motion. They fake the sweep. Quarterback's going to keep it. No gain. As a matter of fact, another loss back to the 35. The Black Knights stand tall, and it's a turnover on down.
Great job, Jacob Miller on the stop, as well as Brady Gotti. Great job. They tried to let their big quarterback churn upfield to get a couple yards, and he actually loses yardage. So great play there by the Black Knights, and good job surrendering some yards, but not points on Ark City's second run.
Shocked, my friend, how much Ark City tried to establish the run on that drive.
Well, they came out that first drive, had all those incompletions, had 1 completion, but it just was short. So they're going to try to get the run going, but hopefully the Black Knights can keep them from being able to rush the football tonight.
Ark City 0 for 2 on offense. Buhler from their own 35 up 7-0. Back with the football. They put it back in the hands of number 4. McDaniel breaks a big hole up the middle. He is on his way to the house at the 25, 20, 15, 10, 5. No flags. Touchdown, Crusaders.
65-yard run there for Mitchell McDaniel, and he looked like he was shot out of the cannon as he ran to his left. And what a nice turn of events there for the Crusaders. They get the big stop on defense. First play out the gun on the other side, take it to the house for one of the longest runs of the year for McDaniel.
That is more than double his longest run of the year.
Fantastic for the senior.
65 yards to the house. McDaniel, a touchdown receiving and a touchdown rushing. And they wave the snap on the extra point dead. Jared Miller got the kickoff, but the whistles came out right as his foot made contact with the ball. They call it offsides on Ark City.
Yeah, Ark City has been just bringing the pressure hot off the edge on the first PAT. They nearly blocked it, and that would explain why they're getting back there so quick if they're across the line of scrimmage before the snap of the football.
One play, 65 yards. That didn't take very much time off the clock.
No.
Less than, well, exactly 12 seconds for McDaniel to run 65 yards.
I'll take a 12-second drive any day of the week.
So they'll retry here from the 10 out of the hold of Carter Jones. And he gets it off and gets it through. 8:34 to play. Now in the second quarter, a 2-score lead. 14-0 Crusaders lead it from the Allen Samuels broadcast booth on HKFM.
Hey fans, this is Rachel Nelson. It's game time and I Need a Cleaners can help you look like a winner. Spend your valuable time prepping for the game, not doing laundry. Keep your knit polos and khaki pants looking great. For the winning look, stop by I Need a Cleaners, 13th and Main in Hutchinson.
Insurance premiums gone up? Head to the Redinger Agency across from Bogies and Hutch to get the best rates on all your coverage, or go to RedingerAgency.com. Get your quote today at the Redinger Agency in Hutchinson, one stop for all your insurance needs.
Hey guys, how's practice going?
Papa, I can't hit the ball over the fence yet.
Well, Easton, that fence is 300 feet away and you're only 4 years old.
Papa, how long before we can hit the ball over the fence?
Boys, it's not always about home runs, it's about teamwork and always getting better. Ray Riffing's been around for 83 years and we still believe in teamwork and working hard.
So, Papa, it's going to take 83 more years until we're good?
No, Brogan, you'll be good long before that. Just keep working hard. Most of all, have fun.
Let's go hit some baseballs and get some ice cream.
Okay, boys, let's go.
Riff the right way, the Ray way.
95.9 HKFM.
14-0 Buhler, 8:34 to go here in the half. Crusader football brought to you by First National Bank, by Apple Lane Animal Hospital, Plaza Astor Realty, by Phoenix Restoration, and by the Bradbury Company. This kick by Jared Miller is going to be touched. It is a live ball picked up by a return man at the 7-yard line. Kind of some miscommunication between the two guys back there. And it ended up being a live ball there, touched by Devin McDonald, the freshman. And fortunately for him, he was able to pick it up and not much of a return.
So now it'll be really interesting. Ark City facing some adversity. They had some momentum offensively. The Crusader Black Knight defense held them. Then Buhler scores on their first play. Let's see what Ark City does here. Don't be surprised if they don't swing for the fences right here.
From their own 11, the Ark City head coach, Chet Pobolish. This is just his second year with the program. First ever head coaching job. Ark City went to school at Emporia State and has spent some time since then in the college ranks as an assistant coach. And now a flag comes out before the snap.
Be a half a distance to the goal.
Most recently, the offensive coordinator at Reinhardt University, which is in the great state of Georgia.
And that's a school, nothing against Reinhardt University, but I never heard of that until this evening.
Well, and if you haven't heard of it, that's saying something. There are a lot of those small colleges.
Yes, there is.
You think about how many of them there are.
Yes, no doubt.
All right, loss of 5, second penalty of the night on Ark City. And that'll move the ball back to the 6. 1st and 15. They'll throw over the middle. It is caught by the receiver. They get the penalty yardage back and then some up to the 19-yard line. It's a gain to the 19. That's going to set up about a 2nd and 2. And Joshua Abrams on the reception.
And where Ark City's had their success throwing the football, that's hurt Buhler the most is just kind of those over-the-middle slant routes. That time he was cutting back here to the east side.
Ark City going right to left here. Football at the left side hash mark of the 19-yard line. 7:45 to go in the half. 14-0 Crusaders. Here's the quarterback out of the gun. Hits his receiver in stride to the far side, but tackled immediately. It's enough for an Ark City first down. Up to the 25-yard line. One-on-one coverage over there. And the receiver catching the ball that time is Joshua Abrams.
There's Brady Gotti in on the stop that time for the Crusaders. Buhler doing a pretty good job so far in the secondary. The first guy, whoever's manned up with the receiver, making the tackle as soon as they make the catch.
Coach Steve Warner in his 19th season with the Crusaders at 161-53, went over 280 wins all time in his career. Now at 281. Out of the gun, they'll hand it off on 1st and 10. And Ark City has had 0 success running the football tonight. No gain on that play up the middle. It'll be 2nd down and 10.
Yeah, Buhler doing just a great job suffocating them. We knew coming in, Ark City really struggling to run the football, averaging about 78 yards rushing a game. So when you look at how good Buhler's been against the run, that's a great area of advantage for Buhler this evening.
Mitchell McDaniel almost got that much in one play.
No doubt.
2nd and 10 from the 25. Low snap picked up off the turf, and Pierce scrambling for his life to the right. He'll just throw it out of bounds on the Buhler sideline. Receiver in the area was Brian Wilson. The snap from center William Horton that time, Chris, was low. He had to pick it up off the turf, and he had all kinds of heat from the Black Knights and had to throw it out of bounds.
Yeah, there's so much pressure. I almost think that might have been a screen, but just that bad snap really kind of threw him off kilter. But now another big 3rd down. Let's see if the Crusaders can get off the field here.
Clock stopped with the incompletion at 6:30 now to go in the half. Football at the 25. They need the 35 for a 1st down. Another bad snap. This one rolls on the turf, and the quarterback falls on it back at the 10-yard line. Back-to-back bad snaps. And Jordy Pierce has to scramble back to the 5, back to the 10 to fall on it. There was a Crusader in the area that almost got to that ball, Chris. It's going to be 4th down.
Yeah, so those back-to-back bad snaps really kind of hamstrung that drive for Ark City. Let's see if they can have another bad snap on this punt.
Officially call it down at the 12. And so now Christian Cabrera punting inside the 5. And it is blocked, and is it recovered in the end zone? Yes, touchdown, Crusaders on a block punt. Special teams getting it on the scoring.
Great job by the Crusaders. You know, Ark City having back-to-back troubles with snaps. That time it looked like the snap was good, but Buhler brought the heat and was able to get the block punt. And could not see which Black Knight got the block, but
well, we don't have our sideline guy tonight, so
yes,
hopefully we can call on our statistician Andrew Epp to.
He will have it to us shortly, so we can give credit to who got that block punt. But
let us know who recovered that. That's the first special teams touchdown this year.
Pretty awesome.
Peter now up 3 scores, and Jared Miller's extra point is good. 5:46 now to play in the half. Buhler 21, Ark City nothing. We'll get to who blocked that punt when we come back. The Allen Samuels broadcast booth on HKFM.
Holidays are right around the corner. Holly here with Holly Sweet Treats. Be sure to get your pre-orders in for corporate gift boxes and family desserts for the holidays. Follow us on social media, come see us at 205 South Main, or call 888-YUM.
Plaza Astle Realty, locally owned and brokered right here in Hutchinson. With deep roots in Reno, Rice, and McPherson counties, we're your go-to team for personalized real estate service. Call us at 620-662-0576 or visit plaza-astle.com.
95.9 HKFM.
Well, that's a play we haven't seen all year, Christopher. The block punt and return. Well, it walked right into the end zone and then fallen out for a touchdown.
Yes, so Jackson Pratt credited with the block, Cruz Hirschberger with the score as he falls on it in the end zone. So special teams touchdown for Buhler. So now it's really going to be interesting to see, does Ark City have much gusto, or are they starting to think about wrestling and basketball? We're going to find out here in about 30 seconds or so.
Ark City coming in with just 2 wins. Week 2, they beat Solana Central at home. They came back. We're behind in that game and won 31-30. And then they won last week, 28-0 over Newton.
And I want to give you a crazy Buhler Dental Player scoreboard update. Augusta is leading Mulvane right now, 7-6.
Well, wouldn't that be something? There's a line drive kick by Jared to the 10. Return far side across the 30. And Ark City will come right back on offense after the block punt for a touchdown. Crusader football brought to you by the Bakery House, by Blue Stem Pace, Service Plus Electrical, by Glenn's Bulk Food Shop and Gospel Bookstore, and by Prairie Star Health Center.
Another Buhler Dental Care scoreboard update with 5:32 left to go in the second quarter. McPherson and Abilene are tied up at 7 apiece.
Ark City's going to start this drive from their own 32-yard line, 1st and 10. Only been into Buhler territory once here in this first half. Pitch to the right side, and looks like a flag might have come out at the end of that, as it's a loss back to about the 31. I think that's a flag there, sitting at the 30-yard line.
Flag came out. It was a toss sweep to the right.
Holding, number 57, offense.
Well, another holding call, so kind of to our point earlier, this officiating crew really making an emphasis to watch for those holds.
Yep, and it's been the white hat been making the calls this evening. So now Ark City has a first and a long ways. The ball situated, at about the 23-yard line. They've got to get clear out to the 43-yard line for a first down.
Yeah, it's at the 22, so it's going to be first down and the 20. Clock running quickly, down to 5:28 to go in the half. 21-0 Crusaders. Jordy Pierce out of the gun. 2 receivers right, 2 receivers left. Throws to the slot receiver on the far side. He is a big target. And that pass is complete to Xavier Lawler, just a sophomore, but 5'11", 170.
5-yard gain.
And gets about 5 yards, maybe a tick more than that, up to the 28.
So they try to just nibble away a little bit at that 1st and 20. Picking up a few yards there on first down.
Got 6 yards. It'll be 2nd down and 14 with trips left this time. Pierce is going to scramble up the middle, trying to take off with it. Is that a designed quarterback run there? Well, he didn't survey very quickly, and then he took off with it. Really didn't have time to look over downfield. He took off pretty quick.
Yeah, I don't know if that was a called quarterback run. I think he just felt the pressure from the 2 defensive ends, from Hirschberger and Pratt, kind of enveloping him from either side, so he's tried to step up in the pocket, but Buhler being very fundamentally sound and stuffing him. And now a 3rd and a long ways for Ark City.
Lost 2 yards back to the 26. And so 3rd and long, 3rd about 17 here. Empty backfield set. Pressure. They're going to sock him at the 20. Quarterback goes down. It'll be 4th down.
Great job by the Black Knight defense. Again, pressure coming from the edges. That time it was Pratt. Jax Pratt in on the quarterback sack. And Ark City's going to be forced to punt it away with Buhler leading by 3 scores.
It'll be sack number 7 on the air for Jax. He's 2nd on the team, only to catch Carson, who has 8. And so Ark City again is going to be forced to punt the ball away here. So they just had no success on offense. A short kick to the 50. Junior Gentry is going to be tackled almost immediately after catching the ball. Got about 2 yards. We'll start this drive at Ark City territory at the 47-yard line.
But I tell you what, Jeremy Gentry Jr. is saving Buhler week in and week out. So many yards on punts, just fielding those punts cleanly with guys bearing down on him, because that would have been a punt that would have rolled out a long ways had he not fielded it.
So Buhler with 3:20 on the clock here, and in Ark City territory, up 21-0. This is a curious Ark City team. They have a really good quarterback and some really talented receivers they've thrown and caught for a lot of yards, but a lot of empty yards this year.
Yeah, the ultimate goal of an offense is to score, and that's probably the most important statistic offensively. And they've put up a lot of yards but haven't put up a lot of points.
They'll run on 1st and 10. This is McDaniel trying to find some room to the right. It's just denying going down. From the 47, gets across the 45 up to the 43. Ark City, 8 games coming into tonight, only 19 touchdowns.
Yeah, and you look at just how many points they've scored. They've gotten into the 30s twice this year, but they've had 3 one-score games offensively this season.
2nd and 6 from the 43, 2:48 on the game clock, 19 in the play clock. They go with 2 tight ends here and a single receiver to the far side, out of the eye. Brendan wants to throw. That fade route, throws it perfectly, caught at the 20. Receiver drugged down inside the 10. It's going to be 1st and goal there on a First National Bank first down. Couldn't throw that fade route to the far side of the field much better than that.
Great job by Carson, just outrunning the corner on the far side. Great looking ball that time by Skripczyk as he threw it right underneath Carson so he could just catch it on the run.
And he got some yak yards all the way down to the 9.
He did, and that receiver, or excuse me, that D-back was a lot bigger than Cash, but really had trouble bringing Cash down. Cash showing some strength there.
Second catch of the night for Cash, his 10th of the year. Back to the ground, McDaniel. And nothing there on the left side. He's going to lose 2 yards back to the 11. One of the few plays that Buhler's had negative yardage on tonight.
Yeah, with how many D linemen they have down and in the box, anytime Buhler's been pulling some of those guards and quick tackles, the D linemen have done a good job of pursuing, and that's why Buhler lost yards there.
That's where that swing pass comes so in handy that we scored with on our first touchdown of the night. Everybody in the box, you get some space. And 40 to go here in the half. Little play action. Brendan rolling to his right, hits his receiver on the hands. Touchdown, Crusaders. It's the tight end.
And a great decision that time by Skripczyk as he had 3 receivers to pick from, and he picked the wide open receiver Jackson Pratt as he scores for his first time tonight. Second passing touchdown tonight for Brendan Skripczyk.
Third catch of the year for Jax, the sophomore tight end. His second touchdown of the year. 1:31 to go before halftime. Buhler with its 4th score of the half, dominating the first half of play against these Bulldogs. Carter Jones will hold, and Jared Miller kicks it through. Again, $1:31 left before a half. 28-0. Buhler over Ark City from the Allen Samuels broadcast booth on HKFM.
As the hot Kansas summer winds down, the end of one season and the start of the next is a great time to review the health of your pets at Apple Lane Animal Hospital. Have you missed any of your vaccinations? How about scheduling a general health checkup, annual blood work, and taking a look at your pet's diet and nutritional needs? Make 2025 the year you take care of your pets so they live a long and healthy life. Call the staff at Apple Lane Animal Hospital and schedule an appointment today at 662-0515.
Best thing about my job is working with young kids. The relationships that I get to establish and the smiles that we get to create.
I love being a dentist because lots of times people come in, they're nervous, scared, but being able to help them and change their smile, and it's just really rewarding to be able to be a part of that.
We'd love to see you at any of our locations. Big smiles and little places.
McPherson Dental in Buhler, Inman, Hillsborough, McPherson, and Lyons, providing healthy smiles with a gentle touch.
95.9 HKFM.
Well, a full night of football on our Ad Astra Sports Network tonight. Part of our Hutch CC Road to a Championship presented by Next Tech Wireless. Live streaming online at adastraradio.com. The free Ad Astra Radio app powered by Next Tech Wireless. 11 games across the network tonight.
I was about to say only 11 playoff games getting covered by us this evening.
Here's Jared Miller, the kick inside the 5. It'll be returned by Ark City. Cross the 15, cross the 20, near the 26-yard line. Well, you take away those 2 holding penalties that Buhler had on their first drive. They have dominated this first half.
Yeah, I mean, Buhler could have easily scored on that drive had there not been for those holding penalties. So let's see, again, Ark City being a throwing team, I mean, they can score quick. So it's going to be a test here. Last series, the D-line did a great job of getting to Jordy Pierce. Look for them to have a lot more quick routes here to try and move the football.
$1:20 left in the half. 1st and 10, 26. Empty backfield set. Pierce, little screen pass, and Buhler read it perfectly. Daxton Weekly, as soon as he caught the ball, was surrounded by Black Knights and dropped for a loss of about 4 on the play. It's going to be 2nd down and long.
And Buhler's going to call a timeout because we want to try to get the ball back. That shows how much confidence Coach Warner has in our Black Knight D.
Loss of 4 back to the 22. Lots of games to keep an eye on tonight all across the state in 11-man football. The 8-man teams played last night. Little River won in comeback fashion. In our area, Central Christian moving on as well. Coach Matt Barnett getting his team through to the second round, and there's a lot of football being played tonight across the state. So.
No doubt. It's kind of neat the way that they do it, where the first round, the 8-man and 6-man teams play on Thursday, and then the 11-mans play on Friday. Gives people the opportunity to get to see some teams that they maybe normally wouldn't get to.
Well, a minute 14 to go here in the half after that timeout by Buhler. 28-0. Second and 14. Jordy Pierce has not had a lot of time to throw the football. Two right, two left. Single back set. Near side, passes high, bobbled, caught, but then dropped immediately. The receiver, Jake Abrams, here on the left side, and no gain at the 22. See if Coach calls another timeout.
Yeah, great play made there in space by the Crusaders.
Timeout on the field, 1:07 left from the Allen Samuels broadcast booth on HKFM.
If you're getting ready to buy or sell land, start a building project, or have a property line in question, call Alpha Land Surveys. With over 30 years of experience, you can trust Alpha Land Surveys. Call 728-0012 or go to alphalandsurveys.com.
Are you tired of your dusty or muddy driveway? APAC Kansas Shears Division is here to help. This is Derek Fees. Call us and ask us about our asphalt millings. If you are a do-it-yourselfer, arrange for pickup or delivery at your convenience. Call APAC today at 620-662-2112.
95.9 HKFM.
They're down 13 coming up with a minute 7 left here in the half. Ark City, 2 receivers, 2 left. Running back to the right of his quarterback. Pierce to throw. Slings it over the middle. Caught, but then dropped immediately at the 35. That was a hard takedown after the catch by Joshua Abrams.
Yeah, Brady Gotti did a great job. Abrams really had to climb the ladder to get that one, but he paid the piper as Gotti hit him cleanly as he was high. So Ark City able to convert there on third down.
Got to the 36 and about a yard past the first down stick. It'll be 1st and 10 Ark City. Out of the gun, Abrams now scrambling to his right, being chased from behind, and he's going to tuck it and run. And driven out of bounds after a gain of about 6 yards on the far side. I will say, coming up at halftime or this week in Crusader Sports, really excited for you to hear the interview I got to do this week with Grayson Bergmeyer, who's a junior golfer for the Crusaders. Does a lot of charity work for Shriners Hospitals for Children. Did a huge toy drive fundraiser here recently. And I actually got to talk to her while she was in the car on her way to the hospital to deliver the toys. Here's a throw over the middle. Caught at the 45. That's going to be another Ark City first down as the receiver Wilson sheds off the defender and up at about the 46 for a first down.
Yeah, that time Will Hayden running out the big receiver, Brian Wilson. So Ark City's trying to do something here with the last ticks of the clock, 29 seconds. Yep, yeah. They still have all 3 of their timeouts left, so they still, Buhler not out of the woods yet, trying to keep that shutout in place before the break.
But the 48, Ark City will have the ball to start the second half. 1st and 10, 29 seconds left on the clock. Ark City has all 3 timeouts. Pierce out of the gun, trips to the right side, and ball comes over the middle, almost intercepted. Quarterback hit as he threw, and then a flag in the secondary as Pierce hit as he got rid of the ball. That should have been intercepted, I think, by Will Hayden. I'm not sure over the middle, but then a flag out.
Yeah, Jordy Pierce just tried to kind of hurl it to get rid of it so he didn't take the quarterback's sack.
It is a penalty, a holding penalty on Ark City, and that'll push them back. That is their 4th of the night with 23 seconds left. But going back to Bergmeyer, just a fantastic kid, and it was so fun to get to visit with her.
Yeah, I know she had the opportunity to play in a big tournament out in Las Vegas, got to meet Ricky Fowler, and yeah, great opportunity for that young lady.
So the ball driven back to the 38 at the left hash mark. Ark City going right to left. And with the penalty, it's going to be 1st and 20 now, 23 seconds on the clock. And ball near side, swing pass to the left, converted. It's caught by Weekly out of the backfield. He'll get out of bounds after a short gain. Looks like they're going to drop him out at about the 42. Gain of 4.
And clock down to 19 seconds, so Ark City probably looking at a tops of 3 plays left here before halftime.
Ark City likes a lot of that short stuff, but they've not gotten a lot of yardage out of it. 2nd and long here from the 42. Again, they'll swing it this time to the right side. It's Weekly again. He'll be driven out of bounds just past the 45. See where they mark him out here.
Down to 13 seconds left, so probably 2 plays left here for Ark City's chances. And
well, he only gets 2 yards out of that, Chris. Mark him back out of bounds, back across the 45 at the 44. So 3rd and 15 here.
And they are probably going to take some shots. So if you're a D lineman here, this is where you get the green light to try to knock him down.
Trips left, single receiver to the right. Hit as he throws. It is caught, not for a first down. At the near side hash mark of the 46-yard line. It's caught by Joshua Abrams, and that'll be the final play of the half as Ark City not able to get out of bounds. They'll let the clock run out, and that'll get us to halftime. And as we mentioned, Christopher, really you take away those 2 holding penalties on Buhler's first drive, and that's about as good of a first half as you could have.
Yeah, very clean first half. Buhler did not turn over the football. They scored a special teams touchdown. Been very efficient on the offensive side.
And they'll take a 28-0 lead to the locker room here at halftime in this opening round 4A West matchup. Winner will play the winner of Mulvane and Augusta next week. Buhler in the 5-12 bracket. Again, Mulvane, Augusta next week. If Buhler wins, they would go to Mulvane, or they would host Augusta. 28-0 at the half. Our Prairie Bank of Kansas halftime report coming up here from the Allen Samuels broadcast booth on HKFM.
Tonight's coverage of Crusader football continues next with the Prairie Bank of Kansas halftime report. Aaron and Chris recap tonight's first half, and we'll catch up with other coaches and athletes in This Week in Crusader Sports. 95.9 HKFM.
Hey Hutchinson, it's Don Glaspie, and I'm back in town as new general manager at Allen Samuels Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. For over 28 years, I've been your friend in the car business, and as a proud veteran, I'm dedicated to building family and community right here with you. Whether you're looking for a new ride or just want to stop by and say hello, we've got something for everyone. Great deals, friendly faces, and a place where you're always welcome. So come by, and like Mr. Samuels always says,
come by, let's be friends.
Sometimes it's the little things that bring you back to a business. At the Hutchinson Medicine Shop, we like to think that we offer lots of little things. We try to greet you and make you feel welcome as you walk in. Instead of an answering machine, we answer our phone live. We offer great ambiance with great music and pleasant smells. We have free snacks and 50-cent water and pop. If you've never been to the shop, we hope these little things bring you in and keep you coming back. The Hutchinson Medicine Shop in Midtown Hutch.
Quality health care is a right that should be afforded to all Kansans. Hi, I'm Lynette Krieger-Zook, and I'm running for House District 104 to expand Medicaid in Kansas to improve health care options and keep our rural hospitals open.
Paid for by Lynette for Kansas, Samantha Neal, Treasurer.
We're making more than just sweets at the Bakery House and Catering Company. Boxed lunches for local businesses, full-service catering for banquets and weddings, and freezer meals for family dinner. Come see us at the Bakery House, just 1 block east of 30th and Plum in Hutchinson.
How safe is your home's wiring? Let the pros at Service Plus Electrical walk through your home to do an in-home safety assessment for a donation of your choosing towards the Spread the Light program, which helps local families in need of emergency electrical work. Service Plus Electrical. Rest easy. Rewire.
And welcome back on our Prairie Bank of Kansas halftime report to our This Week in Crusader Sports, and a special guest with us in the booth tonight, Buhler golfer Grayson Bergmeyer. Grayson, how are you, dear?
I am very good.
A lot of publicity, obviously, surrounding you in some different media channels recently with the opportunity of a lifetime to go to the Shriners Open in Las Vegas. Just to, I guess, share a little bit about that experience and what it was like and what it meant for you.
So I'm a Shriners ambassador for the St. Louis Shriners Children's Hospital, and I was representing them at this PGA event. There I got to share my story with my brief story with multiple pros, and then I got to tee off with them and score bearer for them for their actual round.
Oh, fantastic. What a great opportunity and a great ambassador you are for Kansas and for the sports. For people who don't know, maybe just the brief version of your story from a young age. Obviously faced some challenges with walking and have gone through quite a bit to overcome that.
So I was born with a birth defect in my left leg. Resulting from that, I had leg length discrepancy. So to fix that, I've had 14 total surgeries, some of them including leg lengthenings, and then also a total reconstruction of my knee and my femur bone.
And I know that there was some thought that maybe from a very young age that you might not be able to walk at all. What does it mean to you to have now walked that journey, to be a mentor for others and to overcome so much? If you could put that into words, what does that mean to you?
Well, I would not be where I am today without Shriners, for sure. They've done so much for me, and I cannot thank them enough. For other kids, too, to help them get to where they are, they do some incredible work.
And I know you've gone as far, right, as even to put together a toy drive to give back to other kids maybe who needs the same support that you got.
Yes, I'm actually on my way to deliver those toys right now. I raised a whole bunch of money, over $700, and I went and bought a whole bunch of toys because Shriners children, after every surgery, they give all their patients presents at the end of their hospital beds. So I put together this toy drive and got so many donations from Buhler to go give to those kids.
So this is fantastic. I caught you as you're on your way. Just maybe share a little bit emotionally, kind of anticipation, excitement, and kind of what's going through your mind right now.
So I'm actually super excited to go give these to all these kids at the hospital. They do a lot of media there, and they're super excited to see me. I can't wait to see all their smiling faces when I walk in the door with all of these. So I'm really excited.
Absolutely. Well, we'll live through a lot of pictures, I'm sure. Can't wait to see all of those. But I know sports has been a big part of who you are as a teen and as a young kid. Golf and softball. Just talk about your passion for sports and kind of where that's fit into your life.
So sports are a big part of my life. I enjoy playing them, and the fact that I get to do them because of Shriners' work is just amazing to me. To be able to be with everyone that I want to be, playing all those sports, to be able to have the physical capability to do all of them is just amazing.
Do you have a favorite sport?
Well, right now it's golf, just because I'm going to be able to do that sport for the rest of my life. And Coach Tord has been really great with adapting to like what I can do, like bending my leg wise and trying to fix my golf swing so I can adapt to what I need to. He's been amazing.
So as a golfer, what would be the ultimate for you, the experience that you would love to be able to do someday?
Maybe just to be able to play in my own like little league, when I'm older, like a women's league or something, and just be able to do it forever.
Fantastic. Well, we are so appreciative of you sharing a little bit of your story. I guess last question I would ask you, if you were to be able to speak to another young person out there that's struggling through some things or maybe battling through some tough stuff of their own, what would your message to them be?
just to continue to smile. You know, it's just the pain and everything is temporary, and it feels like it's going to be forever. But in the long run, it's going to help you out, and you'll just be to where I am probably. So.
All right, kiddo. Well, if you ever need anybody to beat and kick around on the golf course, I'm game for that all day. So.
All right.
Well, we appreciate you. Have fun in KC, and keep on smiling, kiddo. Thank you so much for some time, okay?
Thank you.
That's Grayson Bergmeyer, Buhler golfer, with us here at halftime, and we'll be back with more right after this.
More of the Prairie Bank of Kansas halftime report is coming up after this. Find exclusive stories highlighting Crusader athletics at AdAstroRadio.com. 95.9 HKFM. The Buhler Crusaders play here.
This message brought to you by your friends at Red Rock Auto Center in South Hutchinson. Our kids are a tremendous gift. Never forget that they are watching you. Setting the right example for them as they grow up is critical. Make time for them. Take them fishing. Go to their games and invest in their future. For all your service needs, you can find Red Rock Auto Center at 200 North Main Street in South Hutchinson, or visit us at redrockautocenter.com. Red Rock Auto Center. We're here when you need us.
Blue Stem PACE, with locations in McPherson and Hutchinson, is taking referrals now. At Blue Stem PACE, a program of all-inclusive care for the elderly, people age 55 and better with complex medical issues can take advantage of services to better manage medical issues and have opportunities for social activities, prepared meals, and more. Don't face your health challenges alone. Blue Stem PACE is ready to help seniors live well at home. Learn more by calling 844-588-7223 or go to www.bluestempace.org.
Got a tough to-do list? Tackle it with an even tougher Can-Am Defender. Agri Center has just the one for you. This capable and clever side-by-side for work gets the job done. With a class-leading 69 foot-pounds of torque and up to 2,500 pounds towing capacity. Come see us in Hutchinson and Salina to learn more about the 2025 Can-Am Defender HD10. No matter the task, no matter the terrain, you can rely on the Can-Am Defender. So head on down to Agri Center, just named 2023 National Dealer of the Year in Hutchinson and Salina.
Ocelots, eagles, and otters, oh my! Come see all the animals at the Hutchinson Zoo. Ride the train, visit the gift shop, or even host a birthday party. The Hutchinson Zoo creates experiences for children and families to learn, engage, and conserve the natural world. Plan your visit today by checking out hutchinsonzoo.org and follow Hutchinson Zoo on social media, located in Cary Park.
Looking for something to do? Check out the Hutchinson Zoo.
Crusader football on HKFM.
Well, back here on our Prairie Bank of Kansas halftime report, Crusader football brought to you in part by Dix Phillips 66, by People's Bank and Trust, by Crop Lumber, Rise Up Reno Prevention Network, and by Happy Egg. Our coverage tonight here, the 4A West playoffs, part of the Hutch CC Road to a Championship, presented by Next Tech Wireless. Buhler went to 3 of 4 on drives in the first half. First drive of the night resulted in a turnover on downs after 2 holding penalties. But from there, a 20-yard touchdown pass from Brendan Skripczyk to Mitchell McDaniel. A 65-yard run by Mitchell McDaniel. Then Buhler blocked an Ark City punt. Blocked by Jax Pratt. Recovered in the end zone by Cruz Hirschberger to make it 21-0. And on Buhler's last drive of the half, an 11-yard touchdown pass from Brendan to Jax Pratt. Jared Miller perfect on PATs tonight. 28-0. Buhler goes 3 of 4. Chris on drives in the first half. Ark City was 0 for 5.
Yeah, anytime you can avoid empty possessions, that's really a great thing to have in your favor. And, other than that first drive that was kind of sidelined or hamstrung by those penalties, Buhler's done a good job of moving the football this evening.
And I really like mixing in the run with that short passing game. It worked really well.
Well, and you can just see Brendan Skripczyk's confidence going so much up. You know, he threw for over 200 yards last week, a very efficient game. He was 9 for 16, and we don't have the stats yet from that first half, but I don't think there was many incompletions in that first half. I know at least one, but a very efficient half.
His best throw might have been that fade to Cash Carson on that last drive.
Beautiful looking ball. He's doing a great job of setting his feet. and really throwing some nice balls. And, Buhler's run game we know is solid as a rock. It's just getting more confidence going in the throwing game, and Brendan doing a good job of moving the football and managing the game this evening.
All right, we'll get ready for the second half, some first half stats, and the second half kickoff. When we come back, our Prairie Bank of Kansas halftime report on HKFM.
You're listening to the Prairie Bank of Kansas halftime report. Prairie Bank of Kansas, your locally owned full-service bank since 1886. Tonight's second half kickoff is coming up next. Crusader football on HKFM.
Hello, friends. It's Maria. Get ready for an unforgettable musical experience.
That's right. Join us at Buhler High School Auditorium for the Sound of Music.
You won't want to miss it. Performances are November 14th and 16th at 7 p.m. Plus a special matinee on the 17th at 2 p.m.
Bring your family and friends for a magical adventure.
Get your tickets today and let's make some beautiful memories together.
We hope to see you at the show.
The Anchor Inn and Anchor Away have been serving authentic Mexican food to Hutchinson and surrounding communities for over 35 years. Treat friends and family to the Anchor's legendary dishes in their large banquet room, famous buffet, and relaxed atmosphere. Open Monday through Saturday. For the same great food with the convenience of a drive-thru, visit Anchor Away at B and Adams. Like Anchor Inn and Anchor Away on Facebook for specials. Anchor Inn and Anchor Away, authentically delicious in downtown Hutchinson.
Rise and shine. It's daylight time and time to go to your happy place. November is a good time to remember all the things we're thankful for, and we want to take this time to say we're thankful for you and your support. Show the people you're thankful for a little kindness by giving them some fresh, made-from-scratch Daylight Donuts from your Hutchinson Daylight Donuts. We're open every morning at 5 a.m. You can order online anytime at HutchinsonDaylightDonuts.com. 305 North Main and 1435 East 30th in Hutchinson.
Crusader football on HKFM.
Well, Chris, let's take a look at some scores in our Buhler Dental Care scoreboard. Buhler Dental Care providing healthy smiles with a gentle touch. How about what's happening on the network tonight?
Yep, I will try to go through the Ad Astra Sports Network ones and then kind of some of the 4A West ones as well. So the score from down in Southeast Kansas, Iola trailing Prairie View at the half, 27-14. At the half, Rock Creek running away from Smoky Valley, 37-0 up in Flush. Over on Hit Radio 94.7 KSKU, Plainville with a 14-0 lead over the Inman Teutons. The score we have over on Kansas Rocks, 100.3 KNZS at the half. Mound Ridge up 14-0 on Trinity Catholic. The Lions leading Belle Plaine 14-0 at the half. Elsewhere in Rice County, Sterling shutting out TMP Marion at the half, 21-0. Over on Kicks Country 106.1, Norton leading Hillsboro 20-6 at the half. And 4A score of note on our side of the bracket, McPherson leading Abilene at the half, 21-14. The last score, again, from our side of the bracket.
I have an update for you.
You do? Okay, I'll let you cut to it. Yes.
Tied at 14 at halftime.
Okay, so Augusta Mulvane tied at the half. So those are some of the other scores on our side of the bracket. We don't have a Wamego score. I'll try to track that down as well.
All right, as we keep you updated in our Buhler Dental Care scoreboard, where we're going to shorten Andrew's normally 2 minutes, fastest 2 minutes. You've only got 60 seconds, bud. Love you, man.
All 28 points in the game so far is Buhler in the second quarter. They are outgaining Ark City 218 to 76. 138 of that is on the ground, including a 65-yard touchdown run by Mitchell McDaniel, who has 16 carries for 125. Brendan Skripczyk, 5 for 6 through the air with 80 yards and 2 touchdowns, no picks. Mitchell McDaniel had a 20-yard touchdown. Jackson Pratt had a 10-yard touchdown. Cash Carson has 2 catches for 47 yards. Jacob Miller has 3 tackles. Jackson Pratt, 2 tackles. 1 tackle for a loss, a sack, block punt, which was block punt recovered for a touchdown by Cruz Hirschberger. Chase Gentry in on 2 sacks. Nick Gazaway, 2 tackles for a loss. Will Haynen, his normal 5 tackles, including 1 for a loss. And Buhler out first downed Ark City 9-3. That's as brief as I can do it for you, Aaron.
We'll get you back in there with a full McDeal deal at the end of the game.
All right, sounds good.
Thanks, buddy.
Yep.
28-0 as we get ready to start the second half again at our Buhler Dental Care scoreboard. Augusta Mulvane tied at 14. Score ahead end of 1. Wichita Capon was leading Rosehill 28-0. That was at the end of 1 in 4A. And then Chris mentioned Mack up a touchdown at the half over Abilene, 21-14. Augusta's going to, or rather Ark City, is going to have the ball to start the second half here. 0 for 5 on drives in the first half.
So it's going to be important for Buhler to kind of reestablish the pecking order here to open this third quarter. Don't give Ark City any reason to think they have a chance in this game.
Good end-over-end kick from Jared Miller's taken at the 9. It'll be returned near side. Good little juke move across the 25 and up to the 30. And Ark City will start from their own 30 on offense. First and 10, Trevin Miller, the freshman on their return. I know Coach Warner would like to maybe add a couple of more scores here in this third quarter and give some of his key guys some rest in the fourth period.
Yeah, if you can rest players in a playoff game, that is a huge bonus, and that's going to be one of the Crusaders' goals here in this third quarter, trying to keep the lead or build the lead even further so that way they can get some youngsters in.
From their own 31, Ark City left to right. Aaron West, Chris Shank with you from Crusader Stadium in this 4A West opening round tonight. They fake the jet sweep action, quarterback to throw, scrambling off balance to his left. It's a nice throw from Jordy Pierce, and he hits the receiver Brian Wilson on the far side right at the sticks for a first down.
We had a nice visit with former Prairie Hills teacher Brian Wilson. Came up, he said he hadn't heard his name on the intercom that many times in 40 years. But, yeah, Brian Wilson, a big receiver, 6'2", 200 pounds. He's a force to be reckoned with.
He was a center back in his day.
That's
Ark City could maybe put him in there just to see if
they could use some help snapping this evening.
Fit him into that Bulldog uniform. Here's a little swing pass to the far side. Short pass on 1st and 10 near the 41. And they'll get out of bounds. Ark City will across the 45. It's Wilson again at the 47. And so picks up about 5 yards on the play.
So Ark City really trying to get some offense ginned up here to start this third quarter.
They had some good plays in the first half, just not nearly enough of them.
Yep, couldn't string them together in one successive possession.
Out of the gun, receiver to the right of Pierce, the quarterback. 2 receivers right, 2 left on 2nd and 5. Pressure, throw, caught, first down. Receiver brought down immediately by Quentin Pisano at the Buhler 46-yard line. Something that's been important tonight is Josh Abrams made that catch. Ark City receivers have not had yards after the catch tonight.
Yeah, Buhler's really done a nice job of limiting them to basically once they make the reception, dropping them. So great tackle. That's been because we've been tackling in space so well.
This drive goes into Buhler territory, the 46, 1st and 10. 10-18 to go in the third. 28-0 Crusaders. Pierce to throw now. Steps up in the pocket. Eludes one defender and delivers a low ball. It bounces incomplete. That was Wilson over on the far side at the 28 who tried to come back to that low wobbly throw and couldn't scoop it off the turf.
Yeah, Brian Wilson really did a nice job of coming back to the throw as Jordy Pierce did a really good job that time of escaping pressure that time as the pocket collapsed. He really stepped up into it and then rolled over to his left side and just wasn't able to connect on the long throw.
Ark City has struggled when they get behind on down and distance. 2nd and 10 from the 46. 3 receivers to the left side. Pierce rolling that way. Receiver will catch the ball. That is one of the Abrams and dropped out of bounds before the first down stick. That is Jake over there on the far side. And that's going to set up a 3rd down and short.
One thing I really noticed here on the near side, Brian Wilson did not run a hard route at all. I mean, he's really telegraphing whether or not he's one of the intended targets as the ball went to the other side of the field. I mean, he pretty much took a couple steps forward and pretty much stopped.
3rd and about 2 here. They need pretty much the 35 for a first down. The ball at the 37. They'll put a receiver in motion. They fake the sweep, and they throw far side. The post route is incomplete. Double coverage over there on the far side Perfectly read by the Buhler secondary.
Yeah, Jeremy Gentry Jr. in on the pass coverage. Great job as they tried to throw the long ball along their sideline. So they've got 4th and a yard here. Let's see if the Black Knights can get off the field here on the first possession of the third quarter.
Incompletion stops the clock. 9:51 to go here.
I don't know if that's an updated score or not.
16-14.
Augusta leading Mulvane at the half.
Or a typo. 4th and about 2. Quarterback wants to run. He's going to be driven out of bounds. Turnover on downs. Another loss. We talked about it in the first half. Coach Buhler getting a little bit too infatuated with the run on some of those key plays. It has yet to work out for him tonight.
Yeah, they're really having a hard time running the football. But great job by the Black Knights that time. Ark City showed a little life coming out of the locker room, had put together a decent drive. They started it back around the 30-yard line, but the drive stalls out, and great job. When Ark City can't run the football for a yard on 4th down, that says a lot about this Buhler defense.
Buhler will start from their own 42. 1st and 10. This is their first series of the second half out of the I formation. And Dylan Skripsikin is in at tailback and running straight ahead to the 45-yard line. And the younger of the Scripps will pick up 3 yards on 1st down.
It's a nice luxury that Buhler has. Mitchell McDaniel and the Crusaders established that big lead, so now they can give Dylan the opportunity to run the football tonight at tailback. I don't believe he's played any tailback tonight, so let's see what he can do here with his first series on offense.
Scripp averaging 5 yards a carry his sophomore season. Came in with 355 yards, his first carry of the night there. It'll be 2nd down and 7. Out of the I, 2 tight ends, single receiver to the left side. They fake to the fullback. They give to Dylan. Finds the hole at the 50, 45, 40. Up the far sideline of Ark City. Into Bulldog territory with a first National Bank first down and driven out of bounds at the 32.
Great hard run that time by Dylan Skripsic. Found the nice seam and hit the hole hard. Great job blocking as there wasn't an Ark City defender anywhere near him until they finally kind of just almost do-si-doed him out of bounds that time. It looked like they grabbed his hand and were able to swing him out of bounds by grabbing his hand.
Scripp runs for 23 yards, 1st and 10 at the 32, far side hash mark. Buhler right to left here into Ark City territory. Back to the ground. Here's Dylan again. Hits the hole hard on the right side and gets across the 30 and up to the 28-yard line. Let's pick up a 4.
Nice job, Buhler, really staying on schedule here so far on this drive, running the football, churning up clock, and really kind of demoralizing this Ark City defense.
Clock will continue to run down to 8:30 to go in the third. 28-0 our score. Far side hash mark of the 28-yard line. 2nd down and 6. They stay with 2 tight ends on the field, the I formation. This is Skripsic. And hits the hole. He has more room across the 20. Has another first down. Up to the 16-yard line. Another First National Bank first down. Another double-digit run by Dylan Skripsic.
Yeah, just gashing runs by Dylan Skripsic that time. Hit on the top tackle, Jaden Ariagan. But, yeah, Skripsic really looking good here in this third quarter.
Got 12 on that carry. Moves the chains from the 16-yard line. First down stick now. Up at about the 6. Buhler letting that play clock run inside 10 seconds. On a 1st and 10, they'll snap it with just 3 seconds left. Skripsic breaks out of a tackle in the backfield and falls forward for a couple to the 14-yard line. So not only, Chris, are they churning out yards on the ground, but they're also, with that clock just continuing to run, using as much time as they possibly can.
Yeah, Buhler's not attempted a pass in this half so far, doing it all on the ground. And Ark City knows the ball is going to be run right at him, and they're still having a hard time stopping.
This will be the 6th play of the drive from their own 42. They started now down to the 14 on a 2nd down and 8. Driving toward the south end zone here in the third quarter. Under center, Brendan takes it from Brown, the senior center. Running right behind him is Dylan Skripsic. And he turns out a couple of more yards down to the 12-yard line. You figure Buhler's in 4-down territory here. It's going to be 3rd and about 6.
Yeah, the only way Buhler might elect to try a field goal if they don't get the first down here would just be for the confidence building and the sake of trying to get the field goal unit to have a little bit of faith.
And Jared Miller's not made one this year. He's 0 for 4. 3rd and 6 from the 12. They stay in tight with those 2 tight ends. Dylan Skripczyk got it hit behind the line of scrimmage from behind. Ark City stacking the box. They give him a yard down to the 11, and it's going to be 4th down. Buhler was 1 of 2 on 4th downs in that first half. Converted a critical 4th down on their second drive that eventually led to a touchdown. They're going to go for it here on about 4th and 5. First down stick again is at the 6. They're going to snap it from the 11. Brendan out of the gun. 2 receivers left, 1 right. Rolling to his left. Good block on the edge. Brendan and Pisano can't hold on. Brendan had just enough time as pressure was coming to release that throw. And just a tad high for Pisano with the 5. It'll be a turnover on down.
It's a tough break for the Crusaders that time as it was right in Pisano's hands, but Quentin wasn't able to hold on to it, so Buhler will turn over down on downs. Ark City pinned deep, though, as they've got 90 yards to go here to try to get a score.
Ark City from their own 11. 1st and 10. Crusader football brought to you by Allen Samuels, Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, by Wade Patton Insurance, Agri Center by Hutchrek, and by Hutchinson Community College. 4 receiver set out of the spread, and the throw wide with pressure on the quarterback Pierce out of the gun. And looking for the slot receiver, that is Wilson, who's been by far his favorite target tonight, incomplete.
So the clock stops on the incompletion here with 5:26 left to go, and they're trying those underneath routes. A lot of the reasons that Ark City has not been able to try as many vertical routes is just because the Buhler D-line doing a good job of getting to around Pierce's feet.
Spread look, 4 receivers again. 2nd and 10, thrown over the middle. It is caught close to a first down. In traffic, a dangerous throw. But Josh Abrams able to pull it down right at the 20. It's going to be a yard short of the first down stick. Ark City here facing a 3rd down and 1.
So it'll be interesting to see. Ark City has struggled mightily in these short yardage situations. Let's see if they throw or run here on 3rd down.
Boy, Pierce is tough. He's hung in there tonight. They're going to throw on 3rd and 1. They'll out of the backfield. A screen pass to the far side to the running back. He catches it, gets to the line to gain, and then some, and goes out of bounds at the 23. It's a first down, a gain of 3 for the Bulldogs, and Pierce paid for it as he got a hit at the end of that play.
Yeah, if you can't run the football successfully, one way to try to kind of move the football, those little swing routes, that's exactly what they did. They ran the corner away and had the tailback out there in the flat.
Out of the gun, 1st and 10. Pierce scrambling, pressure, and has to heave it. Oh, those throws. One of these times, a D-back is going to be in the right place on one of those bailout heave throws as he tried to throw it out of bounds to the Ark City sideline. He almost didn't get it out of bounds, and it's going to be 2nd and 10.
Yeah, when he throws it out of bounds, he kind of throws a high one, and one of these times, like you said, he's not going to get it out of bounds, and those are very viable pickoff tries.
Well, Buhler's got a couple of sacks tonight, but they've had pressure a lot more than that as they did on that play.
And we did just get confirmation the halftime score there in Mulvane is Augusta 16, Mulvane 14. Wow. So the Orioles with the 2-point lead at the half.
3rd and 10. And they go with a receiver in motion. I don't know if that was going to be the jet sweep or if Jake Abrams saw that he was in trouble and tried to throw it at the last minute. But Abrams came across the formation left to right in the sweep, got the handoff, and was driven back about 10 yards and then tried to throw it and threw it out of bounds to the Buhler sideline.
Yeah, it was either a very heads-up play made by Abrams to try to save yards, or it was a jet sweep pass. Now the flag comes out late.
So it is 4th down. There is a flag out. And it's going to be intentional grounding called on Jake Abrams. When Abrams got that ball in the sweep, and Buhler was right in his face and is about 10 yards behind the line of scrimmage.
He had to keep retreating, keep retrieving, keep retreating. And so now Ark City's going to be punting with the punter's feet near the back of the end zone. Earlier tonight, Buhler blocked a punt and scored off it. Let's see if the Black Knight special teams can do that yet again.
With the 5th penalty tonight on Ark City, it's going to put the line of scrimmage at the 5-yard line. It's going to be 4th down, and as they say, a country mile. And Cabrera's going to be punting from his own end zone. A low line drive kick. This is going to set up great field position. Junior just wisely lets it roll. Boy, in traffic as the punter gets it, rolls to his right, that low line drive kick. You can see why one of those would be blocked because that doesn't get much air. It's not very vertical.
Yeah, they're trying the rugby-style kicks, but that one just really got off his foot low, and that one ran a lot more on the ground than it did go in the air. But got a Buhler Dental Care scoreboard update from McPherson. With 7:01 left to go in the third quarter, Mac is leading by 1. McPherson blocked Abilene's PAT, or we'd be tied at 21-all.
Second time tonight, Buhler started a drive at Ark City territory from the 40. Their second drive of the second half, leading 28-0. Here's a toss play to the left side. Dylan Skripczyk, flag comes out near the end of the run as Skrip got up to the 30 and driven out of bounds. Is that going to be holding? Buhler's been tagged for 2 holding penalties tonight. Both were on their very first drive of the game. I think this crew has called more holding penalties than we may have had in the last 8 games.
Yeah, they've called quite a few, but they've been equal opportunity penalty callers.
Yeah,
both sides.
Any one team
have gotten called for multiple holds this evening.
So that moves it back to the Ark City 46-yard line. It'll be first down and about 14. Out of the eye with the 2 tight end look. They'll run to the near side. Skripczyk breaks out of a tackle. Tight ropes the sideline. Gets across the 40 and gets across the 45.
Good hard running and smart running that time by Dylan Skripczyk. It was a toss sweep here to the near side. They really did a good job of sealing the edge, so he just cut back to the inside. And you mentioned, Aaron, just tight roped his way up the Buhler sideline to make something out of nothing.
Yeah, good gain on that as he got across the 30 to the 34. So a gain of about 6. Second down here. Left side run. Skripczyk breaks out of a tackle at the 25. He's got the first down. A First National Bank first down. 2 nice left side runs by Dylan Skripczyk. And a lot of broken tackles on both those plays. Across the 25 down to the 24. It's 1st and 10, a gain of 10.
Yeah, Skripczyk doing a great job of keeping his legs moving and his shoulder square to the line of scrimmage as he picks up the first down. We go under 4 minutes on that run, and Buhler offense marching up the field looking for their first score of the third quarter.
28-0, 3:59 to go in the third. They'll stay in the eye, they'll stay on the ground. Dylan Skripczyk running to the left side, gets a good block on the edge. That time by Cash Carson, up across the 10 and inside the 5. Another First National Bank first down. It's going to set up a 1st and goal.
Nice job by Dylan Skripczyk at the end of the run. It was the safety, Jake Abrams, a senior from Ark City, trying to step up and make the stop, and Skripczyk just lowered the boom on him, picked up a couple extra yards, and now Buhler with the 1st and goal.
His second run of 20 or more yards in the second half, and he's getting some good blocking out on the edges. Help from his teammates. 1st and goal. Buhler scored 3 times offensively, 1 time on special teams in the first half, leading 28-0 for the left side hash mark of the 4-yard line. Dylan Skripczyk finds pay dirt. Little Skrip with his first touchdown of the night. First score of the second half is a Crusader touchdown.
Great hard running that time for Skripczyk that entire drive. Did a good job of toting the rock, the lion's share of that drive for the Crusaders, and he's rewarded with his first touchdown of the night. First touchdown of the second half for Buhler there on that nice scoring drive for the Maroon and Black.
Comes with 3:49 to go here in the third. Touchdown number 5 on the season for Dillon. And all 5 touchdowns, 4 on offense, 1 on special teams, have been scored by the Crusaders tonight. Kick is good. 3:49 to go here in the third quarter. Buhler 35, Ark City nothing from the Allen Samuels broadcast booth on HKFM.
The name Johnson Sheet Metal does not sound like a heating and air conditioning company, but Johnson Sheet Metal has been taking care of your comfort needs for over 100 years. Hi, this is Sarah Johnson, and through 4 generations, my family has specialized in the Lennox brand, but we service other makes and models as well. Today, we are still servicing and installing heating and air conditioning systems in Hutchinson and Reno County. Give Johnson Sheet Metal a call today at 620-662-0224.
Sunflower Electric Supply in Hutchinson has been a family-owned and operated business since 1950 and a 4th-generation company. In today's world, that's unheard of. Keep your dollars in your community and choose us over the national chains. We have a large selection of Milwaukee, Klein, and Greenlee hand and power tools in stock. Our knowledgeable staff has years of electrical experience, unlike what you'll find at the big stores, someone just filling in from the lawn and garden department. Visit us in Hutchinson, Great Bend, or Liberal today.
95.9 HKFM.
35-0, 3:49 to go in the third. Crusader football brought to you by Anchor and by H&R Block, by Sunflower Electric Supply, Midway Motors, I'm sorry, fellas, and by Pleasant Hills. We are in the Midwest. Where else would we want to live, Christopher?
Yeah, it's the greatest place on earth.
Here's a kick to the 5.
Good
and return up to the 21-yard line. Fine folks at Midway Motors who sponsor our drive to the game, our pregame every week. And we always have fun with that. Throw out a few nuggets.
Yes. Also one of the Classroom Hero sponsors as well.
Yeah, absolutely. 35-0, all Buhler here. I can dig my way out of a hole, man. Ark City's going to start this drive from their own 21. They're a curious team, Christopher. They've got some talent. They've got some athletes. But they can't put it all together.
Well, and it shows you got to be able to run the football to be really successful in Kansas high school football.
Pierce got rid of it, scrambling out of the gun to his right. And hit his running back, who goes out of bounds immediately. And it only ends up being a gain of 3 to the 24. Yeah, I think they've got a really good quarterback. They've got some nice receivers, but they're having trouble blocking for their quarterback up front. And, again, just can't put enough positive plays together to make something happen.
It's tough to sustain long drives if you can't run the football.
Slung it over the middle that time with pressure. A low throw, but scooped by Brian Wilson and caught up the near side hash mark to the 39-yard line. That'll move the sticks again, and it's first down. It's something I've been impressed with tonight. We talk all the time about limiting big plays. And of the 18 touchdowns scored against us this year, 10 of those have been outside the red zone. We really haven't given up any monster plays so far tonight.
Yeah, we've done a really good job of tackling in space.
1st and 10, they swing it to the right side. And that is incomplete on that swing pass that they've used quite a bit tonight to Daxton Wheatley. Coach Cole's dialing up a little bit more pressure there. It's 2nd down.
Yeah, and that time, nice job. Jacob Miller was in coverage for the Crusaders. And even if he would have been able to hang on to it, I have a feeling Miller would have had something to say.
The incompletion clock stopped with 3:04 left here in the third. It's been a fairly quick game so far tonight. Buhler's used a lot of clock running the ball. Trips left here on 2nd down. Pressure off the edges. 10 yards behind the line of scrimmage. And Pierce has to heave it again. Who was that in his face?
Incomplete.
It'll be 3rd down.
Gazaway.
These guys are just relentless. You talked about the size of Ark City up front in the pregame tonight, and that is not not stopped our defensive line at all.
Yeah, and excuse me, what is not Gasway? Jax Pratt, one of those D linemen. Yeah, we come in averaging 158.74 pounds for our D linemen compared to them averaging almost 250 pounds of D linemen. Yeah, speed is beating size this evening.
Empty backfield set out of the spread on third down. Pierce to throw high in traffic. We haven't picked one off yet tonight, but Brady Gotti was in the vicinity of that throw, just couldn't get to it. It's fourth down.
A nice job that time getting in on the heat. Jax Pratt in there as well as popping him. Chase Gentry getting a shot there on Jordy Pierce. But Pierce is so big that Gentry hit him with a full head of steam and just bounced off of the big 6'4" Jordy Pierce.
I suppose some of these Crusaders remember that game 2 years ago when Ark City came in here and thumped them.
Yeah, I mean, that'd be something that the seniors would have been sophomore. Oh, high snap.
High snap on the punt. They're going to blow the play dead.
Oh, Ark City got a gift there.
I call it a false start 5-yard penalty. 6 penalties now on Ark City tonight. Otherwise, Cabrera was headed to Haven to get that high snap.
That was going to be miraculous for him to get that punt off without it getting blocked.
So he'll try again as they move the line of scrimmage back. And Junior's going to catch it just to the south of the zone 35 and be driven out of bounds after a short gain of 2. And, you know, coach's initiative here is to use more time, down to 2:39 to play in the third.
Yeah, no doubt. Still the first stringers out there for the Crusaders, as this might be the last offensive series some of these first-string offensive guys see this evening.
From their own 38, 1st and 10. Out of the I formation. Dylan Skripczyk back in there, the tailback. Straight ahead run. Actually, that is not Skrip. See who that is running the ball now. That is 2-5.
Landon Martinez, the freshman.
Landon Martinez. Boy, they're really excited about him, too.
Yeah, he's had a fantastic season down on the freshman team for Buhler this year, and you'll never forget your first varsity carry, and his first one goes for 4 yards there. And it's kind of neat. Good to see some of these younger backs getting run behind the first team offensive line.
From the 41, here he goes again to the right side. Good blocking at the 50, has the First National Bank first down. And up to the 42. Boy, showing his elusiveness and a little bit of speed there too, Chris, as he got up to the 42-yard line into Ark City territory.
Yeah, Martinez, he's a guy, he's going to take advantage of this opportunity, as first time he's played under the Friday night lights, making some hay here on his first couple carries.
Pretty exciting for him. We're talking about this middle part of the state, and mentioned the old MKL back in the pregame tonight. We got a lot of teams out of that old league that are doing well and into the postseason. Out of the eye, here's Martinez. Well, he's so small, his center of gravity is so low, it's hard for some of those big guys to get down there. And gets it to the 41, a gain of 1. But you talk about Inman, Mound Ridge, Haven, a lot of teams right here in this area having very good years.
Yeah, you know, we had a last score we had, speaking of one of those in a Buhler Dental Care scoreboard update, Mound Ridge was leading Trinity Catholic 14-6. So a lot closer game in Mound Ridge than maybe some people thought.
Second down and 9 from the 41, out of the eye. Brendan Skripczyk still in there at quarterback. Here's Martinez on a left side run.
Landon Martinez, the ball carrier.
And got up to the 43-yard line. I got to check that. I'm sorry. Up to the 37. Landon was a soccer kid. He actually was on a soccer team with my son Noah growing up as a kid. And you could see then as a first, second, third grader, he was going to be something special.
Nice. Some of that athleticism. And a third and manageable here for Buhler. Probably going to be the last play of the third quarter as the clock and play clock wind down.
About 3 seconds difference with 12 seconds left in the quarter. Buhler leading 35-0 out of the eye. Receiver to the right side. Brendan's going to hand it off. Here's Martinez waiting for the hole to develop. And I don't know, it wasn't much of a hole there. Squeezed through on that right side run. Gets across the 35 to the 34. That's going to set up a 3rd and short. It'll have to wait until quarter number 4. 12 minutes to go in the game. And the Crusaders with the advantage, 35-0 over Ark City from the Allen Samuels broadcast booth on HKFM.
Neufeld Flooring, proud supporter of Buhler High School activities. We are your experts for all your floor covering needs. Please make an appointment to visit us at 110 West 2nd, downtown Buhler, or give us a call at 620-543-2274. Go Crusaders!
Celebrate the spooky season with a trick-or-treat blender from your locally owned Scooters Coffee. A bewitching blend of espresso, ice cream, and white mocha sauce make the perfect Halloween treat. Scooters Coffee, amazing people, amazing drinks, amazingly fast.
Scooters Coffee in Hutchinson, McPherson, and Salina.
At Midway Motors, we are here for you for every mile of life. Whether you're shopping for a new or used vehicle or selling one, Midway Motors will buy your vehicle even if you're not in the market to buy one of ours. Just stop by one of our 5 locations and one of our appraisers will evaluate your vehicle and you can leave with a check the same day. It's fast and easy. Visit MidwayMotors.com for more information. Midway Motors, for every mile of life.
95.9 HKF.
Well, here we go to the 4th, 35-0 Crusaders lead it. Coverage brought to you by the Hutchinson Zoo, Hospice and Home Care of Reno County by First Bank Kansas, Scooters Coffee, and by McKenzie Paint and Body. Out of the 2 tight set on 3rd and short, Martinez drags one of those big 200-plus dudes with him to the first down stick. How much do you suppose Landon Martinez at 5'7", he weighs 120 pounds, Chris. How much he gives up to some of those interior linemen.
Oh, and those D linemen, like we said, they're averaging almost 250 pounds per D lineman. So you're talking about guys that weigh twice your weight that Martinez is running up against. And
those inside dudes bench press him.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. They're one of their interior guys, 270. So, I mean, you make up by the size differential by just being quick.
1st and 10. They continue to move the ball on the ground on this 3rd drive of the second half, early in the 4th. And Landon getting some help from his offensive line, pushing him for about 5 or 6 yards at the end of that run, and move the sticks again up at the 22. It's a gain of 10. He got a lot of help there. Another First National Bank first down.
I just think of the song lyric, Aaron, I get by with a little help from my friends. Good job by the Black Knight O-line, or the Crusader O-line, just pushing the pile.
Yeah, Landon's just tucked in there somewhere holding on to the ball.
Yep. Doing a good job protecting it through contact.
1st and 10 at the 22, down to 10:49 to go in the game. Left to right here from the right side hash mark. Here's Martinez on an inside run and gets across the 15 and down to the 12-yard line, and that's going to move the sticks again out. You know, I know Ark City's 2-6 and have not been a very good football team today. This kid is a freshman. There are a whole lot of teams in the state he could start for.
Oh, no doubt. No doubt. Yeah, I mean, you talk about it. We have an embarrassment of riches of running backs in the program, and with all these guys coming back next year, I mean, we truly will have a stable of guys that Buhler can throw back there at tailback that can do some damage.
Down to the 12. This will be the 9th play of the drive. Started at Buhler's own 38. 1st and 10. It's Martinez again trying to get to the outside. And he drives it for 2 down to the 10. Gain of 2. 2nd down and 8.
That time just ran into the safety, Jake Abrams, out there.
9:53 left in the game. 35-0 Crusaders scored 4 times in the first half. They've scored on 1 of their 2 drives, this being their 3rd drive in the second half. Really using that play clock to milk time here. So we'll go inside 10 seconds on the play clock. They fake it to the fullback, give it to Martinez. Martinez trying to fight away, but this will be his first negative play of the game. as he'll be driven back to about the 16. It's going to be third down.
So Buhler with a third and long situation here. Buhler's not put it upstairs in the air in quite some time, but this is probably a throwing situation for Buhler.
Have they thrown a pass in this half? I
don't know if we
cannot
have.
remember that they have.
Got a Buhler Dental Care scoreboard update out of Mound Ridge. The Trinity Catholic Celtics have stormed back to tie it at 14-all at the end of 3.
Big comeback for the Celts in Mound Ridge tonight. Third down and about 14 here. Out of the eye. They're going to keep it on the ground. Martinez finds some room in the middle. Gets back to the 10. Actually, they'll mark him down at the 11. So he gets 6.
And on comes the field goal unit.
This might be an opportunity where you'd love to see Jared Miller make good on one of these field goals. He's not yet been able to do that this year.
Yeah, and it'd be so much better for him to make or connect here in a field goal that's pretty meaningless. Okay, we just got a Buhler Dental Care scoreboard update out of Augusta. Augusta now leading Mulvane 22-14.
This would be from the 18-yard line, so it's going to be a 28-yard attempt. From the right hash mark, Jones to hold, gets it down, and it's blocked. The kick is blocked.
Gonna have to get out there.
Returnable for Ark City. And they'll return it up to near the 25-yard line, picking up the loose football. Paul Lyman, a 5'8", 155 junior for Ark City. So the kick blocked. Miller now 0 for 5 on the year, and Ark City's got the ball back with 7:49 to go.
And Buhler now checking lots of new personnel out there into the game defensively. See Logan Snyder, one of the young men out there now for the Black Knight defense.
So from their own 25.
Also Carter Jones in.
Pierce out of the gun, thrown far side. And caught near the 34. It's a gain of about 9. Coach starts rotating some of the younger guys in. Buhler looking for win number 7 on the year, and their 17th win of the first round of the playoffs all time. It's interesting, you know, the playoffs didn't used to start until week 10. Of course, until they changed the format. Now Pierce being chased, scrambling, throws it near side. And Abrams trying to come back to the ball on the Buhler sideline. Cannot get there, off his hand, incomplete.
Max Harmony on coverage for Buhler.
It'll be third down. So some people don't consider this the playoffs yet. They call it week 9. But it is go or go home.
Yes, no doubt. And not everybody in some of the classifications, you get 3A and below, some of the people are in a game that is just kind of final game of the season that doesn't, nobody advances out of.
So the ball at the 34, far side hash mark. They need the 36 for a first down. 3rd and 2. Clock stopped. 7:09 to go in the game. Jordy Pierce out of the gun. 2 receivers right, 2 left. Pressure up the middle. Releases high, incomplete. Intended for Brian Wilson here at the 40. Pressure straight up the middle, and it'll be 4th down.
And great job. There's lots of new faces out there defensively for Buhler, and them being able to stymie this Ark City offense, showing something that we don't miss a beat when we start working some of the other guys into football games.
How soon are we going to see more of what we're seeing with Buhler around the league and around the state with these smaller guys up front?
It's all about, you got to have guys that are quick, and it's kind of a philosophy. A lot of times people think you got to have size up on the D-line so they can plug holes, but Ark City going to burn a timeout.
Timeout Ark City, 7:04 to go in the game. 35-0 Crusaders from the Allen Samuels broadcast booth on HKFM.
Even trying to enjoy a fun event can be difficult after the loss of a loved one. Unanswered questions, feelings of stress and grief are only natural. As the owner and director of Inman Funeral Home, I bring over 25 years of experience bringing comfort and empathy during time of loss. Rely on me to guide you through all aspects of planning a funeral service with compassion, dignity, and respect. I'm Athena Johnson with Inman Funeral Home. Find me at inmanfh.com.
95.9 HKFM.
7:04 to go in the game. 35-0. Aaron West, Chris Shank with you from Crusader Stadium. This could be our final game. No way to know that until we get through the playoffs the next couple of rounds, but has the potential to be the final game at home this year. 4th down and 2. Ark City out of the gun. They swing it to the right side. They've got the first down. Weekly almost broke out of a tackle, but tackled down around his ankles. He fell forward up to the 45. And Ark City will keep this drive alive with 6:57 to go.
Yeah, Gazaway on the stop for the Crusaders there.
We
Touchdown,
hope it's not the last game.
No, it'd be fantastic if Buhler can get some more home games. At this point, next round, it's all rests in the hands of the Augusta Orioles.
Low snap. Pierce picks it up, flag out on the play, and he throws it away over on the Ark City sideline. Could that be holding? Yes, I think it could.
There's a flag on the play.
Yeah, with where it's thrown in the middle of the field.
Holding, number 57, offense. 10 yards.
We'll take that.
First down.
There's now 7 penalties on Ark City tonight.
Got another Buhler Dental Care scoreboard updates. On the other side of the 4A bracket, below us, Wellington dispatches the Ulysses Tigers tonight, 61-6. No surprise there.
They just might win that side of the bracket.
They could come out of it very well. I think it's them, Capon, or Central that's going to come out of it.
There's a hole up the middle, a rare positive running play for Daxton Weeklies. He's going to get a first down, get the penalty yardage back, and then 10 more, and gets up to the 48-yard line. I think Wellington, this is just me, Wellington and Andover Central are the best 2 teams. I put Capon at 3 there, but any of the 3 of them could come out of there.
Yeah, with the Capon win tonight, they would be heading to Wellington next week. And, I think one of those 3 is going to be the one that comes out of the bottom half of the 4A West.
At the 48. Second down, a wobbly pass in the air, and it isn't intercepted. At the 30-yard line by Jeremy Gentry.
Junior with the pick that time. We've been talking how Jordy Pierce has been just kind of hurling him out of bounds. That time, great job by one of the Buhler D linemen just burying him and hit him right as he threw it. He just threw it kind of straight up in the air. And
he will do anything to avoid a sack, and you knew he's been playing with fire all night.
Yes. Kind of almost like a can of corn they talk about in baseball, where that thing just went kind of straight up in the air. A great job by Gentry tracking it.
Jeremy Gentry with the pick for Junior. That's his first INT of the year. Here we are, new quarterback in the game. And we'll keep it on the ground as Asher Zachary takes over at quarterback. Landon Martinez has been the tailback here.
Okay, other games going final in the West. Andover Central 49-13 over El Dorado. That just went final, so no surprise there as the Jaguars advance. And got a score update. It is now 22-all down in Mulvegas between Augusta and Mulvane.
2nd and 8. We've got a new tailback in the game as well. Looks like Dylan Skripsik is back in.
Ball carrier for the Crusaders, number 8, Dylan Skripsik.
At tailback. And gets across the 35 up to the 37.
So I like what Coach Warner did there, making sure that both Skripsik and Martinez getting a series with the first team offensive line blocking for him.
3rd down and about 4. They give it to the fullback. And a carry up to the 41.
42,
Nate Nugent gets the carry. Looking at about 4th down and 2 here.
So Buhler will be forced to punt. I think this is the first punt of the evening for Buhler, correct?
It is indeed. Crusader football brought to you in part by Scrap Management of Hutchinson, by Ray & Sons Roofing, Alpha Land Surveys, by APAC Shears, and by the Medicine Shop. Brendan Skripsik will punt here. First time he's had to do that tonight. Gets it away. Nice high kick. It is going to bounce at the 30. Return man will get out of it. This is going to take a nice, beautiful roll down inside the 20 and be down at the 17-yard line. That is the 11th time this year that Brendan Skripczyk has pinned his opponent back inside the 20. Nice kick.
Great kick, and Augusta's going to try to sling it around here and Ark City's going to be trying to sling it around.
You got Augusta on the brain.
I do. I've got multiple people texting me about what's the score.
You're really hoping the Birds come here next week.
That would be fantastic.
That was a chippy game back at their place. You weren't there, actually, were you?
Nope, I missed that one.
That was a chippy game. Is that week 2, week 3 back early in the season? Week 2. 1st and 10, Ark City from their 18. And they swing it to the left side, incomplete. Intended for Xavier Lawler. It'll be second down. Well, we're talking about Wellington. Wellington has a home field advantage in 4A that I don't know that anybody else in 4A left plays on grass but Wellington.
Yeah, I mean, there's not many of them left.
Unless it's in the eastern side of the bracket somewhere.
Wow.
Out of the gun. Far side pass caught at the 20 and tackled immediately. It's going to be a gain of 2. That's the only 2 places in our league that we really ever go. And we haven't been to Andale in a very long time, but Andale still plays on grass. That's it that I know of.
Yeah, you got me trying to think.
Clearwater.
No, Clearwater's turf.
Is it turf?
It's turf.
Yeah, I think it's those 2. That's it.
Scoreboard, Buhler Dental Care scoreboard update out of Mound Ridge. Trinity Catholic is now pulled ahead of Mound Ridge 20-14 in the 4th.
They're down in 7, 3:21 to go in the game. Here is Pierce out of the gun. 3 receivers left. They throw it far side, caught, tackled out of bounds, well shy of the first down. Out of bounds back at the 23. It's a gain of 3. And it's going to be 4th down at about 5 here.
Clock stops as they went out of bounds there on the reception. 3:11 remaining.
35-0 Crusaders trying to shut out the Bulldogs. Buhler looking for its first defensive shutout of the year. They've held opponents to 1 score twice. Mulvane and Winfield each only scored 7 in those meetings, both scoring late. And Pierce is going to heave it in double coverage. What a catch. What a catch. Is that Wilson?
Yes. Brian Wilson
up
with
at
the
the
big catch.
Buhler 31. Pierce, almost a Hail Mary, just heaved it. And Pierce had 2 defenders all over him and somehow hauled it in.
Yeah, great catch that time by Wilson.
Mark him down at the 32.
One of the biggest offensive plays of the evening for Ark City right there.
It goes for 45 yards. How many high school quarterbacks can throw it that far accurately?
Not very many.
So 1st and 10 in Buhler territory. Clock is not the friend of the Bulldogs here with 2:33 to go. They still have 2 timeouts. Pierce to throw, slings it hard over the middle. It's Wilson again. And this time inside the 10 is going to set up a 1st and goal.
I believe it's Dylan Skripczyk in on the coverage there for the Crusaders.
These padding his season stats a little bit is Piercer, but these really, at this point, empty yards.
But, the Black Knights want to keep that shutout on the board if they can do so, as the ball is going to be snapped around the 2-minute mark here.
Harder to throw the ball closer you get to the goal line. Trips left, screen pass. They dump it off inside the 5 and down to about the 2-yard line. It's going to be 2nd and goal out of bounds at the 1.
So clock will stop as the ball goes out of bounds. There with 1:55 remaining. Another Buhler Dental Care scoreboard update. Wamego all over Independence. 43-14. So Wamego will advance for sure.
Independence had to go a long way to get beat by Wamego.
Tucker Schlatter in on the tackle there for the Crusaders.
2nd and goal at the 1:55 to go. Jordy Pierce out of the gun, trips left, high snap, pressure, throws over the middle. It's incomplete.
There was heat coming.
Intended for Wilson in the end zone. I just keep bringing that heat too. 3rd and goal. So scenarios again. Buhler would go to Mulvane, or Augusta would come here. 3rd and goal, and a running play up the middle, and they're not going to get it.
Yeah, they tried to run a quick snap, go quarterback sneak, and it did not work.
Pierce tackled short of the goal line. It's going to be 4th and goal. Boy, these young guys, pin your ears back, boys.
This is pride. It's one of those things they want to be able to get out of here with a shutout. It's going to come down right here. Ball right close to the goal line.
Your line against my line. Here we go. 4th and goal. Minute 15 to go in the game. Pierce will snap it. They go sweep motion, and Pierce, I think he gets in.
Yeah, that time he had plenty of surge.
Touchdown.
And if you're 6'4",
Ark City.
205, and you can't get 6 inches, you got a lot of problems.
And my friend is just, well, let me find my number. That is just the 3rd rushing touchdown our defense has given up this year.
Wow. And, of course, one of those was against El Dorado, so it's kind of been funny. Two of the 3 rushing touchdowns have been kind of in garbage time, if you will.
1:08 to go in the game. A 1-yard touchdown run by Jordy Pierce. And Cabrera will sling it through. 35-7, late 4th. They're looking to win in the opening round of the 4A West playoffs on HKFM.
This is Annette with Annette K-Ep Insurance. Inflation is hitting us hard, so it's a good time to review the cost and coverage of your auto and homeowners insurance. As an independent agent, I represent Goodville Mutual and several other fine companies. Stop by Annette Ep Insurance in Hutchinson at 2500 North Main, Suite E, or call 620-662-4900.
Are you looking for a place that provides excellent care for you or a loved one? Pleasant Hills of Hutchinson is a beautiful Home Plus that provides all levels of care. With the Home Plus, you get more individualized care with the comforts of home. The private bedrooms and bathrooms are large and include walk-in closets and showers. In addition, there are many shared common spaces, and the outdoor patios are great for viewing wildlife. Go to pleasant-hills.com to discover the Home Plus Advantage or call for a tour today.
95.9 HKFM.
1:08 to go in the game. We would expect an onside kick here from Ark City from the 40. And instead, Cabrera kicks it behind that front line. It's going to be taken by Cash Carson. And near the 23-yard line, minute 5 to go in the game.
Let's try to talk about some of these guys getting to play. Nate Nugent out there, Tucker Schlatter in there on the O-line. Also out there for Buhler, Logan Snyder out there. Let's see who else.
At their own
Blake
23.
Moore.
So, a lot of guys getting some time. Shane Schroeder is in there.
They're trying to get the last bit of personnel. Lane Burkhart trotting onto the field for Buhler.
Mentioned that on that last series, Asher Zachary took over at quarterback. So Nugent will be the fullback in there. They got in there the script back in there at tailback.
I believe so.
They're going to hand it off to him on a right side run, and he's going to break free for a First National Bank first down. He wants to get one more run in there.
Nice hard run there by Skripczyk.
It's across the 35 and driven out of bounds up at the 38-yard line. It's a gain of 15.
And now Buhler working down the line even more. Now pretty much, I think, a freshman offense out there for Buhler. More O-linemen checking in, I saw.
Zach Schweizer was in there. He trots out.
New quarterback in there as well. It's Bryson McCurdy.
Here's a handoff. Bryson McCurdy on what could be the final play of the game. Hands it off, and another First National Bank first down. Right side run into Ark City territory. At the 49, 1st and 10. Landon Martinez on the run that time. These guys getting in there and making the most of their opportunity.
That's nice. Landon Simon, one of the O-linemen out there. And Buhler's not going to run off another play as they got a lot of the youngsters in there. So mission accomplished, and Buhler's going to go to the second round.
Well, the Crusaders came into this 0-2 all time against the Ark City Bulldogs. 0-2 in the postseason, including 2 years ago here. But they erased that memory tonight They get win number 17 in the opening round of the playoffs. All time, that is playoff win number 37. And it will vault them to round 2 next Friday night in the 4A West. If Mulvane wins, last we saw fourth quarter tied at 22, Ark City and Augusta and Mulvane. If Mulvane wins, we go on the road to Mulvane. If Augusta wins, Augusta would come here. So, that of course is Coach Coles is from that area. His family lives there in Augusta. My mom's side of the family. So we can root for the O's. It's okay.
Yeah, no doubt.
This week and this week only.
Yes. Get those home games.
All right, 35-7 is the final. Crusaders win it. A good crowd on hand tonight, and a big game here from Crusaders Stadium. Good job by the offense. Good running tonight by Mitchell McDaniel. Brendan Skripsik threw some nice passes. And as really, buddy, they have all year, our line on both sides of the ball won the night.
Yep, you win the line of scrimmage, you're going to win a lot of football games. Ark City could not consistently run the football tonight. Buhler could consistently run the football tonight. And when you can run the ball and your opponent can't, doesn't matter how many yards you throw for, you're not going to probably win a lot of games.
Our coverage tonight, part of the Hutch CC Road to a Championship, presented by Next Tech Wireless, and our Crusader Locker Room Show is next on HKFM.
Coverage of Crusader football continues next with the Crusader Locker Room Show. On the way, Aaron and Chris recap tonight's game, and we'll hear the post-game thoughts of head coach Steve Warner. Your home for the Buhler Crusaders is 95.9 HKFM.
Erickson Custom Building has a great plan and a budget suited for your needs. Erickson Custom Building provides quality craftsmanship and superior customer service. Call 620-585-2816 or visit EricksonCustomBLDG.com.
Getting ready to mow? Hi, this is Janet Dick inviting you to stop by our locally owned Dick's Phillips 66. At Dick's, we offer the non-alcohol premium fuel your mowers and trimmers prefer, grab-and-go food options, and friendly service. Every journey begins with a stop at Dick's Phillips 66, 4th and Stevens in Hutch.
It is time to help the average taxpayer with sensible tax relief. Hi, I'm Lynette Krieger-Zook, and I'm running for House District 104 to prioritize working families, small businesses, and seniors with tax relief.
Paid for by Lynette for Kansas, Samantha Neal, Treasurer.
One of the most important elements of success is knowing when to expand and when to focus on strengthening what you have. At People's Bank and Trust, we've done just that over the years, ensuring that we always have a solid base to provide for our customers and our community. At People's Bank and Trust, we never promise more than we can deliver, and what we deliver is safe, sound, reliable banking that puts you first. Let us put our experience to work for you and your family. People's Bank and Trust. Member FDIC.
Welcome to a new era of women's health in Hutchinson. Meet Dr. Doug Moore, Hutchinson's newest OBGYN, committed to delivering personalized and comprehensive care for women at every stage of life. Dr. Moore's mission is to provide each woman with the attention and care that they deserve.
I'm Dr. Moore, OBGYN, and I look forward to building relationships with patients and educating them to be comfortable in the healthcare decisions through every stage of life.
Discover more about Dr. Moore at hutchregional.com or call to schedule your appointment today.
Crusader football on HKFM.
Back here on our Crusader Locker Room Show, our coverage of Crusader football brought to you in part by Hutchinson Regional Medical Center, by Stang Plumbing and Design, Schmidt Electric, by Erickson Custom Building, and by Hutchinson Family Dental. 35-7 is the final. Let's get to our Happy Egg Company excellent play of the game. Visit happyeggfarms.com to learn how you can help feed America. Just one turnover in the game tonight, and that came in the fourth quarter. 5:45 on the fourth quarter clock. Pressure in the quarterback. Jordy Pearson, he throws his sixth pick of the year, picked off by Jeremy Gentry. First INT by junior this season, and that is the 13th by this defense. 13th INT. They are now plus 12 in the takeaway category, and that has been a big reason for the success of this defense this year, as they've been able to force those turnovers. and +1 tonight.
Yep. Anytime you win the turnover battle, you're probably going to win. And Buhler, it wasn't by a huge margin tonight, but even to win it by 1, that's a good thing. And Buhler did not turn over the ball themselves. And I always say the 3 most important fundamentals in football: blocking, tackling, and taking care of the football. And any night you don't turn over, that's a good night at the office.
Well, a lot of offense to obviously talk about in the second half as Buhler mostly ran the football and ran clock. Did get the 1 score, a 4-yard touchdown run by Dylan Skripczyk with 3:49 to go in the third. That was their only score of the second half. But a lot of good things from some of our younger guys out there. We got to see a good bit of Landon Martinez, and then some of the other younger guys in there too, blocking up front. I thought they did a nice job.
Yeah, no, it's fun in the playoffs, especially in the first round. It's usually your best opportunity to get a lot of the guys that don't play as much into the game and into the playoffs. And so it's fun to get to see lots of, and talk about some guys that's just their second varsity game they've ever suited up for.
Talk some of the game about Ark City, and they've got some good pieces. Got a good quarterback. They've got some good receivers. They have no running game.
Yep.
And obviously, at the end of the day, that hurts them. Just don't quite seem to have all those pieces fit together right.
No doubt. And one of the things, too, Buhler did a pretty good job running well. They had a lot of times where their secondary members had to be the guys making the tackles. They really struggled. I felt like Ark City tackling, there wasn't many negative plays for Buhler. So, you can throw the ball really well, but if you can't play good defense and you can't run the football, you're going to have a rough go.
Keeping an eye on this Mulvane-Augusta score. They're tied at 22. Last I saw, 4:20 to go in the game. Mulvane had the ball near midfield. Game still tied at 22.
And I've even got a more recent update. 22 all. Augusta has the ball at their own 15 with 2.5
So
to go.
they stopped Mulvane and got the ball back.
Yeah, Augusta's got the ball. So, yeah, we'll try to get that as soon as it goes final. We'll get that.
I got to tell you, I did not see that. Augusta did not win a game in the league this year. 0-5, 1-7. But those teams scare me because there's no pressure on them.
Yes.
They have nothing to lose.
Nothing to lose. And this time of the year, the guys that last a long time are the ones that want to keep playing. And obviously, the Augusta Orioles want to keep playing some ball.
Touchdown run, a touchdown reception for Mitchell McDaniel tonight. Jax Pratt had a touchdown catch in the game. 2 throws for Brendan Skripczyk. Dylan Skripczyk with a touchdown run of the second half. Also a special teams touchdown tonight on a blocked punt in the first half by Jax Pratt. Recovered in the end zone by Cruz Hirschberger. 35-7 our final as our Crusader marching band plays in the background. We'll wish good luck to our cross-country team this weekend. Coach Curtis Morgan and his group headed to Wamego. They went up today to get ready for tomorrow's 4A state meet. They're held at the country club just to the east of Wamego High School, where we might have to go in a couple of weeks. We'll see how things shake out. But good luck to our cross-country team before a state meet tomorrow.
Yeah, the Buhler cross-country runners very acquainted with the fine city of Wamego from all the years of going to the state meet. The football team not as well acquainted, as we have never played a football game there.
Well, before we go to break here, we're going to get to our post-game thoughts from Coach Steve Warner. Coach, first of all, congratulations. Total team win. You guys did it on offense. You did it on defense. And a little special teams magic with a touchdown of the first half tonight.
It was a great job. The kids were ready to play. Ark City had our attention, and the kids came out, fired up, ready to go. And that's what we wanted. We wanted them to be ready, and they were. And I'm very proud of the way they performed. Offense is getting better. Defenses continue to smother people. It was a fun night.
You pretty much were able to run the ball effectively all night on offense, but then another good night from your quarterback, Coach. He had over 200 yards last week, and he looked very confident this week.
He did, and we didn't throw a lot, but we didn't have to, and he has improved tremendously, and he's going to put us in good situations. He threw a couple of passes that got dropped, so he did throw the ball well. I'm very pleased with Script.
Yeah, that boundary pass he threw over on the opposite sideline to Cash Carson was a very nice ball.
It was very nice, and Cash did a good job. He had to make a little adjustment, come back and get it, but that set up, I believe, the second score, but it was nice to see that.
Yeah, got Mitchell McDaniel back. That's obviously good on both sides of the ball. He ran well in the first half, and I thought Script ran well for you then in the second half. And then you go with the freshman, Little Martinez. You're overloaded on running backs, Coach.
There's no doubt about it. All three of them are very talented, and obviously with Ben for next year, we've got a core of tailbacks, and it was fun to watch them all run. They all are running very hard, very shifty. It's fun.
And then just talk about your defense. You knew they wanted to throw a lot tonight, and I thought your front four did a great job of pressuring Pierce. He kept playing with fire over and over again. He'd heave it under duress, and finally he made one big mistake there in the second half, and Junior got his first INT of the year, but good job getting pressure on the quarterback.
And we did, yeah. We brought a few linebackers at different times, but not as much as I thought we would going in. And D-backs had some good coverage. We knew that they were going to complete passes because when you throw it 35 times a game, you're going to complete them. I don't know how many they threw tonight, but they started the game out wanting to run the ball, and that didn't work for them, obviously. But they still threw a ton, and we knew they would. And I think at one time we had 22 offensive plays, and they had 3. And that's exactly what we want to do with our ground and pound it. Very pleased with our offensive line. They've improved tremendously, and that's a tribute to our coaches, Coach Zion, Coach Hotmer, and Coach Cruz. They do a great job with our O-line, and they spend a lot of time on it, and they work very hard.
The other nice thing, they had that one big long pass play late in the game. Other than that, your defensive backs did a good job of keeping receivers to short gains and not giving up big plays.
They did, and they kept them in front of them. That's exactly what we needed them to do. Don't give up the big play.
Well, Coach, nail-biter in Mulvane, about 2 minutes to go in the game. Augusta had the ball with the game tied at 22. So
okay, would you have any idea where the ball is?
I don't know, Christopher. What did you say?
At the 15?
Augusta got it, forced a Mulvane punt late and got it about their own 15. So
that was a while ago.
So could be going to overtime. Yeah. Okay. Well, we're going to be. Obviously we're rooting for Augusta, so we can stay right here and play a game.
We'd love to be back at home next week.
Just got an update. There's a $1:34 to go. It's a tie game. Mulvane has the ball near Augusta's 35. Am I reading that correct?
Yeah. Well, we'll see. Either way, you're going to play a team next week that you've seen before in the league. And, boy, as confident as your kids are, I know they'll be ready. They're playing so well right now. And, man, just excited about getting back out there and seeing what happens next week.
I agree. I'm excited about it. We wanted another game. We want a whole bunch more games, and kids want it too, and that's exciting. It says a lot about the program. They want to keep playing.
Hey, let's play 4 more. Why not?
Yes, that would be awesome. Let's go into Thanksgiving.
All right,
got to take care of them one at a time. That's what I've been telling the kids, one at a time.
One at a time, buddy. We'll see you Monday night, our coaches show.
Sounds great. Thank you.
All right, that is Coach Steve Warner. So Mulvane, yet with a chance again to maybe steal it away after they have trailed all night at home against Augusta. And again, if Mulvane pulls it out, we'd go to Mulvane next week. If Augusta wins, they would have to come here. So I hate nail biters.
Yes, well, we'll keep watching this like the stock exchange.
Because, boy, how many times have you seen that story, Chris, where a team leads all night and the other team comes and steals it late?
Yeah. Hey, the only point that it matters when you lead is when the gun goes off at the end.
All right, well, much more to come on our Crusader Locker Room show. We'll get to final stats from tonight, our player of the game, and we'll go around the area again in our Buhler Dental Care scoreboard. That's coming up here on HKFM.
Coming up, more of the Crusader Locker Room show is next. Stay tuned as we name tonight's play and player of the game. The Buhler Crusaders play on 95.9 HKFM.
I'm Jared. Since 1948, we at Krupp Lumber in Heston have been helping customers all over the state choose the perfect lumber, right tools for the job, and provide quality products to make their homes stand the test of time. Krupp Lumber has all the best brands like Milwaukee Tools and outdoor power equipment, Marvin and Anderson windows, and R.D. Henry cabinets. Ask about our in-state delivery. Check us out at krupplumber.com. Krupp Lumber. Service is our specialty.
Hi, this is Jen Stallman with the Buhler Booster Club. The Booster Club supports all student activities and athletics at Buhler High School. Be sure to follow the Crusader Closet and Booster Club on Facebook for events and new Crusader apparel arrivals. We are excited to be able to accept credit card payments at our concession stands this year. Buhler Booster Club is grateful for the continued support from our generous donors.
Hi, it's Aaron West, voice of the Crusaders. At Astro Radio is a proud Buhler Booster Club member.
1 in 8 children live in households with at least one parent who has a substance use disorder. 1 in 10 children live in a household with at least one parent who has an alcohol use disorder. Rise Up Reno Prevention Network has programs in place to help kids build resilience. You can help too. Become a mentor in our Reno County schools, join our Rise Up Reno Coalition, or become a volunteer. Our kids are the most valuable asset we have. You can make a difference. Visit riseupreno.org to find out more. Rise Up Reno.
Each and every day, WIFCO Steel products are trusted to provide access and infrastructure for a wide range of purposes. For more info on what WIFCO can do for you, go to wifcosp.com. WIFCO Steel Products, the experts in steel fabrication.
When disaster strikes your home or business, call your hometown team. Call Phoenix Restoration, Reno County's only locally owned fire and water restoration company. Check us out at phoenixrestorationandroofing.com. We'll help you rise again after your disaster.
Crusader football on HKFM.
Well, back here from the Allen Samuels broadcast booth, our Crusader locker room show. I know Chris is very is hanging on to these scores here.
Here's the crazy thing, and Mr. Randall Ranks helping us gather scores right now. Every game in 4A West has gone final.
Except for the one we care about.
Except for Mulvane Augusta, and we are utilizing every ability to try to dig scores out of people at that game right now. So we are texting everybody we know from Mulvane or Augusta. So if you listeners have a relative at that game,
yeah, there's no obviously no radio coverage there.
Yes.
So
text me your score updates.
Well, we don't have his final stats tonight, but we do want to name our WIFCO Steel Products Man of Steel. WIFCO Steel Products is the expert in steel fabrication. I don't believe Brendan Skripczyk has gotten the honor yet this year, but last 2 games he's looking like a much more confident quarterback and made some nice throws tonight.
Yeah, I agree 100%. Brendan has done a really nice job, and just his development as a passer is going to make us so much better as we go into the month of November, because everybody and their dog knows Buhler's going to try to run the football. And so if we have the ability to throw the ball, and he can throw the ball, he can stretch the field vertically with some of those long balls he's thrown. So, I agree 100%. Brendan Skripczyk did a great job of managing the game, throwing some nice balls, and, not turning over the football. Usually if there's turnovers happening on offense, a lot of times the quarterback is to blame. And so anytime you have a game where there's no turnovers, quarterback can be thanked.
Back and look. We haven't had a turnover in a while.
Yes.
That's really nice.
And it's okay to talk about that now, Aaron. I'm glad. Don't talk about that next week in pregame.
Well, you don't talk about it during the game, certainly. No announcer jinxes. All right, let's run through. I know you've got your phone is smoking over there, but what you've got for finals tonight in our Buhler Dental Care scoreboard, including a couple of surprises.
Yes, and I'll go ahead. I'll start with the games elsewhere on the Ad Astra Sports Network. Oh, or maybe we've got an update here.
If you give us bad news, Coach.
Mulvane takes the lead 29-22 on a 17-yard Manny Myers run with 47 seconds left.
You're not allowed to give us bad news. That's not how this works.
So we'll see if the Orioles can pull one out of the fire down there. But so that scoreboard update, 27-22 again. Mulvane now on top of Augusta. We'll get into the ones across the Ad Astra Sports Network. Over on our sister station, 98.9, 1540 KMCP. McPherson was in a tight one for a while with Abilene, then pulls away 41-20 as the Bullpups advance, defeating Abilene. They will advance to take on Wamego. Wamego defeated Independence earlier tonight, 42-14. Again, I don't know if we talked about it on air, but Trinity Catholic takes down the number 2 seed in 1A West, defeating Mound Ridge at Mound Ridge 20-14. So a big upset win there tonight for the Trinity Catholic Celtics. That game was on Kansas Rocks 100.3. The Sterling Black Bears dispatched the TMP Marion Monarchs 48-6 tonight. Lions finishes off their season with a big win over the Belle Plaine Dragons 42-13. The last score we have on Mix 96.7 out of Heston was the Swathers clinging to a 2-point lead over Goodland, 36-34. Of course, Goodland led by their tight end standout Lincoln Cure, who's a K-State early signee. Rock Creek ended Smoky Valley season 51-8 earlier. And so Heston now extending their lead over Goodland, 43-34 off of Carter Gonzalez. Big run there. Let's see, elsewhere across the Ad Astra Sports Network. Tonight, the Inman-Teuton season comes to a close tonight at the hands of the Plainville Cardinals out west. My phone jumped ahead. 28-0 was that score, so the Teuton season comes to a conclusion. And those were just some of the scores going on across the Ad Astra Sports Network. You want to get into the 4A stuff, Aaron?
Yeah, that'd be great.
So I'll go down the bracket. So, of course, Buhler winning tonight 35-7. We'll take on the winner of Mulvane Augusta. On the other side of the bracket, Andover Central blows out El Dorado tonight 49-13. They'll advance to the regional round, taking on the Winfield Vikings, who trailed for a while against Circle, but then pulled ahead 35-20. So Andover Central Winfield will match up, and Wellington blows out Ulysses 61-6. Capon had no trouble with the Rose Hill Rockets 55-7. So a big matchup at the bottom of the 3A West or 4A West is Wellington Capon. Again, Ark City Winfield, Wamego Mac, and then of course we'll take on the winner of that illustrious game going on down in Mulvegas.
And Mulvane with the lead late in the game. Other finals, Hoisington beat Ellsworth tonight 28-14. Hutch over Solana South, and their opening round game at Gowans 42-7. Dodge beat Garden tonight 34-7. Aquinas over Turner 35-6. Atchison, the number 1 seed in the 4A East, beat Bonner Springs tonight 62-12. Valley Center 7, Goddard 6. Scott City beat Clearwater 34-7. Derby over Campus 62-7. Great Bend beat Newton 49-7. Hayes blanked Andover 31-0. Clay Center a 1-point win over Pratt tonight, a close one, 47-46 in a shootout there. Those are some of the other scores that we have final. So big upset in the East. That's not really an upset. Lewisburg was ranked 2nd in 4A, and all year in those rankings, Bishop Miege wasn't in the rankings. I'm like, you guys are crazy. It's a different world.
Until they're eliminated, they are not eliminated.
Yeah.
But a score update, I don't know if we got to this one in 3A. Cheney ran away from Wichita Trinity tonight 63-14. Cheney, one of the powers in the 3A West. Of course, they're spoiling for a rematch against Andale. That will hopefully or probably happen here down the home stretch.
They had to play twice last year, didn't they?
Yes.
And Cheney won both?
I believe so. These years blend together, Aaron. You're asking me questions about last year. I can't remember last week.
Another final in Norton beats Hillsboro tonight on the road. So the upset there, the Norton Blue Jays beat the Hillsboro Trojans. We'll come back, try and get you a Mulvane Augusta final, and Andrew will have final stats after this on the Crusader Locker Room Show on HKFM.
Your home for the Buhler Crusaders is 95.9 HKFM. Stream Crusader football on your phone or tablet with the Ad Astra radio app. 95.9 HKFM. The Buhler Crusaders play here.
Are you done with punching the clock or constant work travel? Do you have 15 or more acres? Find freedom by joining America's #1 free-range egg brand, Happy Egg. Happy Egg is looking for growers to raise happy hens. Happy Egg offers startup and new flock cost support and yield-based compensation. work from home, work for yourself, feed America. Visit happyeggfarms.com today for more information. Happy Egg is a proud supporter of Reno County Athletics.
Do you want to be represented in Topeka by someone who will listen? Hi, I'm Lynette Krieger-Zook, and I'm running for House District 104 to represent you. Your voice, your vote.
Paid for by Lynette for Kansas, Samantha Neal, Treasurer.
Ocelots, eagles, and otters, oh my! Come see all the animals at the Hutchinson Zoo. Ride the train, visit the gift shop, or even host a birthday party. The Hutchinson Zoo creates experiences for children and families to learn, engage, and conserve the natural world. Plan your visit today by checking out hutchinsonzoo.org and follow Hutchinson Zoo on social media. Located in Cary Park.
Looking for something to do? Check out the Hutchinson Zoo.
Nearly all banks offer online banking and a user-friendly banking app. How would you like those same modern conveniences from a locally owned bank? Hi, this is Serena with Prairie Bank of Kansas. At Prairie Bank, we have local tech support at our locations, and we actually answer the phone right here. Stop by and see us at our Stafford, Buhler, Inman, or Hutchinson branches today, or check us out at prairiebankks.com. Member FDIC, Prairie Bank of Kansas. How banking should be.
Crusader football on HKFM.
Well, it has gone to final at Lyle Couch Stadium in Mulvane. Mulvane does win tonight. They come from behind in the fourth quarter. Augusta had the ball, driving with 2 minutes to go, gave it up. Mulvane comes down and scores on a Manny Myers run. 29-22 is the final, so we'll see Mulvane for the second time this year at their place next Friday night. Peter beat Mulvane in the very first game of the regular season, 29-7. Of course, that's been a very long time ago. So even though I think our team goes in with some confidence, you just never know this time of year what might happen. Buhler at Mulvane next Friday night. As we wrap up the broadcast, let's get final stats. A lot of them to talk about, Mr. Epp. A lot of exciting moments in the game tonight.
Yes, sir. 35-7 is your final. Buhler outgained Ark City 398 yards to 232. They both ran about the same amount of plays, 53 for Buhler and 54 for Ark City. Buhler 18 first downs to the Bulldogs 10. Third downs was not good for either team. 1 for 7 for the Crusaders, 2 for 13 for the Bulldogs. And on fourth downs, Buhler 50%. Going 2 for 4, and Ark City just 1 for 5. Penalties, Ark City 7 for 50 yards, and Buhler 4 for 35. And just that one turnover in the game was the Quentin Pisano the Jeremy Gentry Jr. interception. Sorry about that. And then on the ground, Jordy Pierce for Ark City. 7 rushes for just 6 yards, and then number 23, Daxton Weekly, had 5 attempts for 16. That, I believe, is it for Ark City. So they had 12 rushes for 22 yards total on the ground. There was also 25 yards lost on back-to-back plays for Ark City with that bad snap and then the punt that was blocked. So just 22 yards rushing for the Bulldogs. Buhler, on the other hand, 46 carries as a team for 318. That's 6.9 yards per carry. Brendan Skripsik, 2 carries for -1, but he took care of the ball well. Dylan Skripsik, 14 carries for 113 and a touchdown, I believe, all in the second half. Mitchell McDaniel, 16 carries for 125 and a touchdown, all in the first half. So 2 guys over the century mark. Nick Gazaway had a carry for 15 yards. And then number 25, the freshman, the 120-pound freshman, Landon Martinez, 12 carries for 64 yards in his debut, and tack on 2 more on a carry by Nate Nugent. Ark City, through the air, 40 attempts for 232 is what they ended up after 90 in the first half. Jordy Pierce, 39 of those pass attempts, he completed 25. and he had no touchdowns and 1 interception. Daxton Wheatley, the running back, had 10 receptions, but it was only for 49 yards. That's 4.9 yards per catch, as he was the dump off man frequently when pressure was coming. Brian Wilson, not the former Prairie Hills coach, 8 catches for 138. He's the leading receiver for the Bulldogs. And then through the air, same as the first half, except there was 1 incomplete pass by Brennan Skripsik in the second. So 5 for 7, 80 yards, 2 touchdowns, and like I said, took care of the ball. No interceptions. Mitchell McDaniel had 1 of the touchdown catches. It was a 20-yarder in the first half. Jackson Pratt had the other one. That was a 10-yard reception by Jackson. And then Cash Carson had 2 catches for 47 yards, and Jacob Miller had a reception for 3 yards. Brady Gotti led the way with 7 tackles. Will Hainan had 6 tackles, including 1 for a loss. Cash Carson, 3 tackles, 2 for a loss. Nick Gazaway, 3 tackles, 2 for a loss. Chase Gentry had 3 tackles, 2 for a loss. Both of those were sacks. And Cruz Hirschberger had 1 sack, and he also recovered Jackson Pratt's blocked punt for the special teams touchdown today. 35-7, and we are at Mulvane then next week.
At Mulvane next week. How about this defense, man? Those 232 yards, those are mostly empty yards for Ark City tonight.
Yeah, and what did I say? 142 of those would have been in the second half, right?
A good chunk of that came on that last drive where they scored.
Yeah. Oh, and then it was midway through the fourth quarter when we punted for the first time, and not only was that our first punt, that was a good one, and it was the first time that we ended a drive not on their side of the field.
Not bad.
Yeah.
Not bad at all. Get ready for Mulvane next Friday night.
Should be a good one. They're pretty hot, aside from, was it last week when they slipped up or the week before?
They got hammered last week by Winfield.
Yeah. So we'll see which Mulvane team comes, or I guess is going to host us down there. But it's always fun to watch. I love that matchup.
All right, dude. Have a good weekend.
You too.
35-7 the final. As Andrew said, we'll head to Mulvane next Friday night, 7 o'clock kick, and 6:30 for our Midway Motors drive to the game. Reminder to join us on Monday night for our Crusader Coaches Show. We'll be live at 6:30 from Taco John's in Hutchinson with Coach Steve Warner and players. And we always look forward to our Monday night visits, 6:30 on Monday night, streaming of the Ad Astra Radio app and live here on HKFM. Much thanks to our videographer, Peyton Huffman, tonight. Of course, you can catch every Crusader football game and live on our Ad Astra TV network. Just go to adastraradio.com and look for that TV link, or on our Ad Astra Radio YouTube page. 7-2 now on the season and moving on in the 4A West playoffs. We'll see you next Friday night from Mulvane. For Chris Shank, Andrew Epp, Aaron West, have a pleasant good evening. You've been listening to Crusader Football here on HKFM.
Allen Samuels Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram on the giant corner of 30th and Lorraine in Hutchinson, Kansas. We take pride in supporting our community and our student athletes. Hi, I'm the General Manager, Don Glaspie. We want to wish our area teams a fun and memorable season. A great person once said, victory is in the quality of competition and not the final score. Visit online AllenSamuelsHutch.com and follow us on Facebook for weekly giveaways and special events. And as Mr. Samuels always says,
come by, let's be friends.
You've been listening to coverage of Crusader football. The Buhler Crusaders play on 95.9 HKFM. Join Aaron West and head coach Steve Warner Monday nights at 6:30 for the Crusader Coaches Show, live from Taco John's in Hutchinson. This has been a presentation of the Ad Astra Sports Network, the statewide leader in local sports coverage. 95.9 HKFM.